Me Johnny come anywhere I did. Me could you funny Yehovah. On talk now. Ain't ya see the bay? Impone best show any. A jana medium into me mobile. Na pay was sumu de. I got me hungry now. But for him, I can see me, oh dear. Na me, what did it be a John? Hey, send me a sick counsel. Sick and in every hole.
The richness in the verses, the level of depth. Kofi Owusu Pepra. It's a popular worship song, but it's made it his own. My train Iradine Nim. I've waited on the Lord. So let's have the balance. Make a good decision, but follow through. So events are good for decisions. Process is good for development. And what you want is process to take you to become. Because at the end of the day, after 3 years, it's what you become when you leave SHS that matters. I'm talking to parents today because I know a lot of parents are worried. You know, the placement was done very quickly.
Yeah, in fact, yesterday I was watching CNR and I saw, particularly concerning my alma mater, I saw a young lady who was asked where she was posted to State Town and she said she wasn't going to go.
If she knew. If she knew.
I want to meet her.
She doesn't want to go to State Town.
I can't believe
Where does she want to go? Is it Zico?
Can you imagine?
Is it Ketasco?
True. My 3,000, in the world.
No,
please, let the story be heavy. Let there be, yes.
And I want to just say to students that, because
Freetown is a great school.
Because of all
it's
these.
It's a big school.
Yes.
It's, in my view, it's the best school in the whole world.
And the thing is
so please, go to that school and become something greater.
You see, people go to school because of name. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying to you that greatness has nothing to do with the school you go to.
It's deep, yeah.
It has everything to do with what you do while you are there.
Exactly.
You are here. You didn't go to Kwaboche.
No, not at all.
In fact, if you had gone to Infancy Pim, you may not have been here.
Exactly. That's the point.
You may not have been here.
Yeah.
3 Town led you to this place.
Charlie.
So please, students, stop worrying your parents about the school. Call the headmaster. I want to go to this school. We don't do that. Just tell yourself that wherever I get to go, I will do my best. So this message is for the JHS graduates. It's called Business Sense. It's also Life Sense. It's brought to you by ADB. Call 0302-210-210. ADB, truly Agric more. Segment is sponsored by Piva Beverages. Ask for the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grape, and the tangible tangy. For bulk purchase, call 0550-032-231. Piva is a classically tasting new drink. A range that's on the market. It's a taste you certainly love. And of course, we're sponsored. This was reviewed by Total Energies. We're kicking off the holiday spirit with our Bronya Lube Base special from November 1 to 31st January. If you drive by any of our major stations to change your oil, you will get a free car wash, the elite version. Follow Total Energies on X, on Facebook and Instagram. And we're also sponsored by Fidelity Bank. Our purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Whatever you do to add value to this world, remember, your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. Believe with us, Fidelity Bank, Ebefa. So let me also welcome Caleb Kuda.
Good morning, Bernard.
Well, we're looking forward to the show today. Today is 30th October.
Yes, sir.
Very soon we're in November. And then December.
Yes.
We are finishing, Charlie. December to remember. December, those days. All right, what are the papers saying?
Well, I take you to the Ghanaian Times for this morning. Bawku is still in the news. I saw a number of international media houses providing their own coverage of the same. Today on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, renewed chieftaincy dispute. Stop politicizing Bawku conflict. Stephen Asamoah Boateng is admonishing politicians in our country. Still in Bawku under curfew following deadly chieftaincy clashes. There's some other stories here. Mahama calls for truce in Bawku conflict, and Ghana's vigilante groups increase from 27 to 72, according to a security expert. This is despite the passage of a law prescribing these groups. 72, yes.
Well,
Go
Daily Graphic reports that 447,698 students have been placed into SHSs and other institutions. Also, overturn your ruling. Speaker asks Supreme Court. Government is urging ceasefire in Bawku, imposes curfew, deploys security. Government Public Sector Workers Union signed 3 conditions of service agreements.
Let me take you to the Daily Guide. Reverse decision on vacant seats. Speaker to Supreme Court. Also, the story about Stephen Asamoah Boateng talking about the need to collaborate to deal with the situation in Bawku also makes the front page. Ekia Donko's passing. Yeah, because we have all been corrupted. The name is Ekia. Well, I don't know why we say Ekia Donko. Yeah, also makes the front page. And then Baumia is my ideal successor. That's coming in from Nanado Dankwe Kufuado.
Herald newspaper this morning. Names of EC officials on America's watch list. Confusion of Bawku conflict murders as state security personnel sleep on job despite 6 million Ghana cedi monthly cash. NAPO spokesperson denies ethnocentric remarks against Evers and Gam people. And Mahama questions Baumia on 17 cedis to $1 and 767 billion Ghana cedi debt. And Baumia predicts December triumph, cites fulfilled campaign promises.
The Chronicle, Lands Commission officers charged with money laundering. Also on the front page, we're told $3 billion is lost to graft in Ghana annually. This is according to the Crusaders Against Corruption. An injunction notice filed against funeral of Nyan Feku Nyeku II. And then some other stories in the Chronicle this morning.
Daily Guide, reverse decision on vacant seats. Speaker to Supreme Court. VIP shakes Accra. Don't politicize Bawku conflict chieftaincy. Minister is saying Ekia Donko dead. Baumia is my ideal successor. Nanado.
Yeah, I've already done the headline, but that's okay. Now the Ghanaian public.
It's for emphasis.
Yeah, that's right. Now Baumia, confident of victory, pledges monthly stipend for chiefs.
Okay.
Also, FDA trains disease surveillance officers on food safety. And ADB records 3.4 billion Ghana cedis in deposit growth.
Okay.
Republic Press. Akufo-Addo assures free, fair elections. Bagbin sounds alarm on parliamentary disregard. Otumfuo to lead mediation efforts in Bawku conflicts. 5 suspects, including military officer, granted bail in Dutch kidnapping case.
Let me take you to Andy Kankam's The Informer. CID boss hot. AG advised to take over case. Also on the front page, we're told to reduce monthly cost, Ghana to import oil from Nigeria. This is according to the MPA boss, Dr. Mustafa Hamid. And also this morning, Baumia shakes OT region, promises equal opportunities for all.
The new publisher, Natoshi. Baumia is a unifying figure for Christians and Muslims. Car falls in river, kills 5.
The New Independent says Alan to shake Greater Accra with another Afrafranto mega victory walk on November 2. Also, strengthening Parliament is key to safeguarding democracy. This is coming in from the Right Honourable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin.
Scrap ex gratia for 8th Parliament. Deny MP salaries. This is Kokofu speaking on the Inquisitor. Late Alhaji Salia's forged will case. Wahala for CID big man. Fake news. Napo has not denigrated any tribe. Get Fund boss clarifies e-blocks controversy. And Mahama gives Baumia 5 questions to answer.
The Daily Searchlight says this morning, carnage in Bawku, more than 20 lives lost in renewed clash. Also on the front page this morning, we are creating an environment for the training of 21st century graduates. This is coming in from the Minister for Education, Dr. Edu Chum.
The News Center, 400,000 plus placed in SHS, 100,000 plus to do self-placement. MTN cautions public against freely giving out Ghana card information. Bagbin stalls multi-billion-dollar bauxite lithium deal, delaying thousands of potential jobs. NPA boss has been named Public Sector Personality of the Year, and 5 drown as car plunges into Owabi River.
And let me take you finally to the Daily Post. Akufo-Addo fears accountability, hesitant to hand over power. This is quoting former President John Dramani Mahama. Also on the front page, MPP inducing rural voters with salt, Maggie cubes, and kerosene. They are moved away from politicians are moved away from Bento, and that's good news. This is coming in from Joyce Bauer.
Let's go to. Have you done a news center?
Yes,
Let me
please.
take you online. A few quick stories. If you go to Channel 1 News, 24-hour economy requires long-term plan, not quick fix, according to ISE. And then EC halts ballot printing after Ekwadon cost passing. Fatal accident claims 5 lives on the Kropong Daban Road. And then a few more headlines. Baumia says strong indicators suggest MPP is winning the December polls. Meanwhile, Duchum says cancelling double track system would be disastrous. And then still on politics, Mahama sets 5 questions for Baumia. This is election 2024.
Start work.
And Asabi says stop the blame game, allow government to resolve crisis on Bawku. That's all of this on Channel 1. If you go to City News, be a man and debate me, Baumia replies Mahama with 50 questions. Chief Justice shuts down court in Upper East over Bawku conflict. And then Akpalu says, forget MPP NDC, I'm winning the December polls. Kofi Akpalu is a big man. And then Mahama congratulates Ayoko Boche on the election as Commonwealth Secretary General. A few more stories. My Joy Online lead story there. Can transparency save the EC's image? Professor Jimandria on the way forward. Meanwhile, he says Charlotte says removal by Akufo-Addo chipped away trust in the EC. And then the other stories have been read already. And of course, US elections drawing close. Harris and Trump in a tight race, keeping an eye on all of those. Where do we start from, gentlemen?
Yes, let me stay with the situation in Bawku quickly before we go to some other matters. 2 security stories on the center spread of the Ghanaian Times. The first one on Bawku, stop politicizing Bawku conflict. Emanuela Akimbi, writing for the Ghanaian Times, says the Minister of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Mr. Stephen Estemo-Boateng, yesterday cautioned politicians and Ghanaians in general to refrain from politicizing the ongoing conflict in the Bawku area in the Upper East region. Now, he emphasized that exploiting the conflict for political gains would only lead to further bloodshed of the innocent rather than resolving the issue. Now, speaking at a press conference in Accra, the minister noted that the interpretations that were being put on the situation there in the conflict only sought to inflame passions and designed to escalate the situation. So he's asking for all of us to pipe down.
Right.
Meanwhile, if you go to the right side of that particular story, Mahama is calling for truce in Bawku conflict. Now, Julius Yaopetechi in Saboba reports that former President John Dramani Mahama has appealed to factions in the renewed Bawku conflict to restrain themselves and end the bloodbath. Now, Mahama, who is also the presidential candidate for the opposition National Democratic Congress in the December polls, said violence was not in the interest of anybody because the same would retard the development of the area.
Quick addition, CJ has closed or shut down courts in the Upper East over the Bawku conflict. The Chief Justice has ordered the immediate closure of courts in Upper East region due to the escalating Bawku conflict, and the affected courts include High Court Bolgatanga, Circuit Court in Bolga, District Court in Bolga, District Court in Zuarungu, District Court in Zebila, Garu, and Bongo. 7 in all. This was a statement signed by the Judicial Secretary, Justice Pamela Cranting. So keep an eye on that story.
Meanwhile, the Bawku conflict is chipping away monthly budgets of the national security, according to the Member of Parliament for Bawku Central. This is a conflict that is eating monthly allocation of a whopping 6 million Ghana cedis. The cash goes to the National Security Minister to maintain peace and order in Bawku, but it appears the security agencies are not doing enough and the people are equally entrenched in their positions. Quote, as the people of Bawku are grappling with insecurity, I can tell you on authority because I have evidence that the National Security Minister receives a check for 6 million cedis every month while the people are suffering, sleeping in curfew, he noted.
We need to do something about that situation. But Bernard, let me take you back to the Ghanaian Times because there's a troubling story. Ghana's vigilante groups increased from 27 to 72.
Mercy.
And they're quoting a security expert. Now, Benjamin Acton Tete, reporting for the Ghanaian Times, says the number of vigilante groups operating in the country has increased from 27 to about 72. as captured under the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act of 2019, Act 999. A security analyst, Dr. Adam Bona, has indicated. Now, according to him, most of these groups were no longer operating as vigilante groups as they had changed to become registered private security agencies, while some serve as escorts for political parties, which made it difficult to identify them. Now, Dr. Bona has therefore called on the Minister for National Security, Mr. Albert Kandapa, to investigate the operations and ensure that leaders of those groups were arrested and prosecuted.
All right, now let's deal with another group of stories. The speaker is in court. A lot of cases. Just put them together for me. There's a number of papers reporting this.
So, overturn your ruling. Speaker asks Supreme Court. Emmanuel Ebu Hoxton is writing for Daily Graphic. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, has filed an application asking the Supreme Court to overturn the stay of execution it granted in respect of the Speaker's ruling that declared 4 seats in Parliament vacant. The Speaker is further seeking an order from the court to set aside the writ filed by the leader of the New Patriotic Party caucus, Alexander Panyomakin, which sought to prevent the Speaker from making any ruling on the 4 seats. In the application filed at the Apex Court last Monday by his lawyer, Thaddeus Sori, the Speaker contends that the Supreme Court misapplied the law by putting on hold the execution of his ruling because it was non-judicial decision. It was a non-judicial decision.
Okay, so let's stay with the Speaker, because in the Independent newspaper, he's quoted as saying or emphasizing the need for measures to strengthen Parliament in order to enhance its oversight responsibilities. Now, according to page 3 of the newspaper, during the inauguration of the Parliament Supplementary Office Complex on Tuesday, October 29, 2024, Bagbin highlighted the critical role that Parliament plays in safeguarding democracy and ensuring accountability within the government. And it goes on to...
Now, Caleb, take me to EC and what the Ekuadonko death means. There are a couple of stories about EC saying they have suspended printing of ballots. Then there is a couple here where the running mate for Ekuadonko is saying that he's ready to take over. And then NDC is also raising a red flag over possible change of positions.
More of these are online, actually.
Okay, so maybe I will give you the first one. Electoral Commission is announcing that it is suspending the printing of ballot papers until and it's giving the Ghana Freedom Party 10 days to nominate a flag bearer. So this is citynewsroom.com. It says that EC has requested that the GFP nominate a new presidential candidate within 10 days following the passing of flag bearer Madam Ekuadonko. In light of this development, the EC has temporarily halted the printing of presidential ballot papers, which was near completion. Now, in a related story, Ekuadonko's running mate, Roman Father, as is affectionately called, Kwabena Ajiman Apiakubi, says he is willing to step in as the party's flag bearer should the law permit him. He confirmed the passing of the founder of the party on Angel FM. He recounted that she fell ill on Saturday and was initially treated in a Swangwame hospital, where she was subsequently discharged. Unfortunately, her condition worsened on Sunday, leading to a transfer to Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Reach, where she passed away at 10 p.m. Now, he says, if the law says I can be flag bearer, why not? I'm ready to take up the mantle. He also mentioned his background in the entertainment industry, expressing hope for the support of his colleagues if he assumes flag bearer. Then finally, in this group of stories, NDC said they will oppose what they call an automatic rearrangement of ballots by the EC. So, Director of IT and Elections of NDC, Omani Buama, has issued a notice to the EC signaling opposition to any automatic rearrangement of candidates' positions on the ballot. In a statement on Facebook yesterday, Dr. Omani Buama, actually today, emphasized that his party would not accept any arbitrary change to ballot placements and underscoring the importance of transparency and adherence to fair electoral practices.
Okay.
So
we'll go to some other stories.
Yes,
what's happening to the two of you?
I want to say to education now, Bernard.
Yes, education.
More than 400,000 have been placed in SHS. More than 100,000 are to do self-placement. So out of 563,339 students who took the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE, 553,155 met the criteria for placement into senior high and technical and vocational education and training TVET institutions across the country.
Okay.
Now, according to a statement from the Ministry of Education, 447,698 students, that's 80.93%, were automatically placed in one of their chosen schools. However, 104,918 qualified students did not secure spots in their preferred choices.
So that there's going to be a lot of activity this week.
Yes.
We'll talk about that on the show today. Sky, I come to you.
Quickly, though, the Minister for Education is in the Ghanaian Publisher for this morning, and he's quoted as saying it is wrong to say MPP has destroyed Ghana's education. Now, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, the Minister for Education, has responded to critics who claim education under the current government has taken a nosedive, saying the facts in the sector suggest otherwise. There's a quote here that says, I think it is wrong for anybody to say the New Patriotic Party government has rather destroyed education in Ghana. Dr. Educhum said at the 12th congregation of Jackson University College in
Now, let me give you the questions. So, you know, Baumia had 170 questions for Emisata.
Yes.
Muhammad has now created 5, and Baumia has now set another 50. So when you put 170 plus 55, that's how many, like almost 300
They
questions.
should go into the ring.
The NDC flag bearer has issued 5 critical questions to Dr. Bawumia, MPP presidential candidates. Now, Mohammed's questions focus on urgent economic challenges facing Ghana. And he asked, for example, how he said he should come and answer why there's exchange rate of 17 cedis to the dollar.
Okay.
Why has Ghana's debt risen from 120 billion to 767 billion in 8 years? Why did inflation rise to 54% under his administration for 8 years? Then why did you borrow 42 billion from the Bank of Ghana? And then why has he stopped talking about the economy and talking about utilization? Now, not to be outdone, the MPP flag bearer has also responded and says, come and debate me and answer 50 questions. So, in a response to questions posed by NDC flag bearer John Mahama, presidential candidate for MPP Dr. Bawumia has issued a list of 50 fresh questions
right.
challenging Mohammed's leadership
They
record.
give you just 5.
And he has responded 50 and urging him to face. No, you know, in the Bible, they can ask a question, you can respond with a question. You know, those days, so question for question. So he has asked another 50 questions. I can't read all the 50 here. So it's all in the website. You can read it.
If you can't answer the first 5, the rest are composed.
So 170 plus 50 is 220 plus 5, 225
Thank
questions.
you. But yesterday we discussed this matter of the U.S. issuing
Yes.
notice that it would restrict visa.
Yeah.
Now, the Chronicle is endorsing the
That
position.
position.
It said in its editorial, it says visa restrictions. U.S. has taken a giant step. What about Europe? And somewhere before they concluded,
Because they like Europe too.
yeah, they said that it is undeniable fact that some of these politicians and wealthy people already have their families staying in the U.S., Canada, and some of the European countries. So they just ran away to stay with their families and enjoy themselves after their actions and inactions have blown the country apart. The Chronicle is therefore appealing to Mr. Anthony Blinken to make it a policy to deport such families back home to face the consequences that they have created by their husbands and their fathers.
Okay.
But you see, the problem is that some of these people, because they went there to deliver their babies,
They are citizens.
they naturally become citizens, and you cannot deport
The
them.
Herald is even now coming up with a list of EC officials that it claims are on this list. Okay, now finally, East Legon accident. UGMC blocks police from interrogating Sally for Marcus' son. This is leading to a lot of concern on social media.
Yeah.
The University of Ghana Medical Center has stated that Elrat Salifou Amankwa, the son of popular pastor Salifou Amankwa, was involved in a fatal accident that killed 2 young girls at East Legon, is reportedly unfit for police interrogation despite his recent discharge from the hospital, sources revealed. The decision has raised concern among affected families and the public who suspect it may be an attempt to delay justice. Now, families of the deceased say they are frustrated, questioning why the police are being restricted from interviewing Elrad, who allegedly caused the crash that led to the deaths when his car moving at a top speed collided with theirs, igniting a fire.
But let me just say quickly that, look, I think this is a very, very big tragedy. The family people who are affected deserve justice. However, and we should insist on that, and that must be done as soon as possible. However, it is against our laws to be disclosing the identity of a juvenile.
Yeah.
You understand?
In the way in which this is happening.
Yeah, that's right. Because publishing his name, the
His
law
face.
says clearly
So
that
under
you
18, okay.
Yeah, so if you read the Juvenile Justice Act, 2000.
So how come the guys
Section 3
who
is clear
killed the
on something.
10-year-old boy, their names were put out?
Which
I think
one?
the
is
juvenile's name was kept, but the one who was 18's name was out.
So
there,
the
yeah.
people
So if
who are-
somebody's below 18,
You-
you don't disclose their
Yeah,
name.
you can. The moment you do that, you can be
Oh,
prosecuted.
then we are sorry. You should have told me. I didn't know.
And yesterday I saw medical reports of the young man being
on social media?
On social media, that's completely unacceptable.
Please, when we come back, educate me. I didn't know. Forgive
Okay.
me.
All right.
We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Ah, go me. At what time when you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Joe Panna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel. Say Excellium. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News. Na Shika Caesar. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and Access Bank. My name is Na Shika Caesar. Coming up, Ghana National Gas Company assures of stable power supply as government moves to secure a steady supply of natural gas to fuel thermal power plants. Also coming up, Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, urges presidential hopefuls to rethink their tax policies ahead of the upcoming elections. And later, Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry accuses government of being selective in the payment of debts owed contractors. We settle for the details of our stories now. The Ghana National Gas Company, Ghana Gas, has indicated that the government is making progress in securing a steady supply of natural gas to fuel thermal power plant for consistent electricity generation. This comes after the Ghana Grid Company, Gridco, clarified that recent power outages across the country are due to a gas shortage impacting electricity transmission. Gridco attributed the shortage to commercial challenges involving contract agreement, payment issues, and ongoing negotiations with gas suppliers. The CEO of the Ghana Gas, Dr. Ben Asante, assured that the government is addressing the issues with the ENI to ensure sufficient gas supply from the Sankofa field to meet the country's energy demands. He spoke during the 5th edition of the Gas Challenge Innovation event.
It's a commercial issue. If we do not resolve that commercial issue, Sankofa will not give us the full complement of their production. And I think we are working to solve that. And I mentioned that even this morning, when the flows were at about 170 units, I've seen that they've crept up to 200. So it tells me that something is happening. The maximum they can give us is 250. So we are going from 170 now to 200. And hopefully, by the next couple of days, we'll do that. I can tell you that we are increasing the complements of our gas production.
That was the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana National Gas Company, Ben Asante, speaking there. Now, the independent power producer, Senan Asogli Power Ghana Limited, has rejected accusations from the government that it had acted in bad faith, following remarks by Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, criticizing the company for shutting down its 560 megawatts power plant amid ongoing debt negotiations. Senan Asogli on October 16 announced the plant closure, attributing the decision to the Electricity Company of Ghana's outstanding debt of $259 million. Daniel Odrumensa provides further details in the following report.
The outstanding debt put immense financial strain on Senan Asogli, impairing its ability to sustain regular operations. The company stated that the shutdown was necessary due to rising operational costs and a lack of working capital. This closure resulted in widespread power outages across parts of Ghana, causing many communities to experience unreliable electricity. In response, the government indicated that negotiations with Senan Asogli are in progress to stabilize the national power grid. Dr. Elikplim Afetogbo, Senan Asogli's head of business development, defended the shutdown decision, stating the government's failure to meet its financial obligations left the company with limited options.
Government promised to pay us $7 million monthly from January to September, all payments that we have received fall short of what we actually due, amounting to about 30 million. So in effect, we are looking at about 90 million US dollars. And if we say that at least show commitment to what you promised, that is the monthly payment, what you promised and did not fulfill it, show a commitment that after paying us our 30 million earlier, which you promised to pay by February and you failed, add the gap of the monthly commitment to it to make it 60 million. Why should you refer to this one as a bad faith?
Meanwhile, the Institute of Energy Security has urged the government to fulfill its financial commitment to independent power producers. The Institute's Executive Director, Nana Mwesi VII, emphasized the importance of clearing the debt.
We believe that if you promise and you don't abide by same, it hurts your credibility. And so we will appeal to government, honor your commitment to Asogli and to all the sector players. And of course, your reputation and credibility will be intact.
You heard the Executive Director of the Institute of Energy Security, Nana Mwesi VII, ending that report filed by Daniel Oju-Mensah. Moving on, the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, is advising Ghana's presidential hopefuls to rethink their tax strategies ahead of the upcoming elections. The Institute emphasizes that while maintaining the bet-and tax could provide a reliable revenue stream, the e-levy and COVID-19 levies should be phased out, citing inefficiencies in their revenue-generating potential and burdens on consumers. ISE also points to property tax as an overlooked yet critical revenue source that could significantly reduce budget deficits if properly harnessed. Professor Peter Korte is the director of ISE, and he spoke at the launch of the State of Ghana's Economy 2023 and Q3 Economic Performance of 2024.
And finally, the issue of digitalization, trying to digitalize our revenue sources is very key. We want to reduce the human interface. We want to raise more revenue from property rates. We want to raise more revenue from the ports. If we cut out the human interface as much as possible, we want to raise more revenue from property taxes and other forms of taxes. And then we can then talk about scrapping e-levy, scrapping COVID-19 levy, but we do not subscribe to scrapping betting tax, because tax is also used to correct behavior. We don't want to turn our youth into betting, where betting becomes a business. Rather, let's tax that sector, use the money to promote jobs, create sustainable jobs that would engage the young people that we turn out from our institutions.
Professor Peter Korte is the director of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research. Now, the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry is accusing the government of discrimination in the payment of debts owed contractors. Its Chief Executive Officer, Emmanuel Cherry, laments that the government owes contractors an accumulated debt of over 15 million Ghana cedis, which the government has refused to pay since 2014. Speaking to Citi Business News, Emmanuel Cherry called on the government to settle the debt to reduce the financial burden on contractors.
The amount of money government pay to contractors is nothing to write home about. The debt portfolio lingering in the books as we speak. So government, as we speak today, is still owing contractors to the tune of over 14 billion Ghana cedis, still counting. So today you may hear that contractors are saying government is owing them 14 billion or 16 billion. Government will come back and tell you that, oh, we have paid some. Yes, whilst you are paying, others are added, because government has not taken any pragmatic measure to make a bulk payment as of now. So there is a selective payment that government is doing, pick and choose. Government is trying to play dilly-dallying with the construction industry, especially the contractors and the consultants. Because really, in the realistic aspect, government must go according to first come, first served method.
Emmanuel Cherry is the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry. Away from that, in a strategic move to shape the financial future of Ghana's youth, Stanbic Bank has launched its new youth banking service, adding to its range of tailored financial solutions. This offering, designed for young individuals under 25 years, aims to empower them as financially responsible contributors to the nation's growth and prosperity. Benjamin Mensah, head of personal and private banking at Stanbic, highlighted the initiative's potential to instill lifelong financial habits and skills among young clients.
At Stanbic Bank, our brand promise is quite clear. We say Africa, or Ghana for that matter, is our home, and we drive her growth. And to be able to confidently say that you're driving the growth of a country, you need to focus on what is critical and what is crucial. Beyond the banking, obviously we'll help them to transact, to be able to move money in and out fairly easily. They'll be able to have all the digital platforms, and that helps them to be able to do the transactions at a click of a button. But beyond that, they're going to be able to have a platform to learn. We're also looking at ways we can help them to connect to like-minded people as well. So through a number of interventions like the Stanbic Incubator, which we have, through financial literacy programs, which we'll be running for them.
That was the head of personal and private banking at Stanbic Bank Ghana, Benjamin Mensah. For his part, Stanbic Bank's chief executive Kwamina Asuminin urged parents to support this new package, assuring them of a secure and enriched digital experience for their children.
What we've done is we've bolstered our investment in cybersecurity tools. We've bolstered our investments in data privacy measures to ensure that whatever data that we hold of our customers, of our youth, we guard it quite strongly. We've put in place the appropriate controls, and we're quite confident that we will protect these investments that we're making today.
You had a Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic Bank, Kwamina Asumini, speaking there. Let's now have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar could be sold to you at 16 cedis 70 pesos. The British pound could be sold to you at 21 cedis 70 pesos. And the euro is going for 17 cedis 40 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who be feel? Good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 322 31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know I be your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know I be your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Many wanna go believe with us. Fidelity. Oh, if I know I dey your side. Fidelity.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I know you do me bad, then you know. You know what. Miss you.
7:15. Coming up next is Kickoff. The latest from the world of sport, proudly brought to us by Zonda. Zonda Ghana Limited. That's where you can get your quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, TX trucks, oil tanks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. Visit any of Zonda's 7 branches around the country. Also get to their head office off the Tema Aplawa Road and it's close to the Free Zones Enclave. Call 0501-772222 or 0501-773333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. Gabby Affair, the Gapstar is here. And he has all the gist and the latest from the world of sport. It's Kickoff coming right up on the Citi Breakfast Show.
Wednesday morning, Gabby Affair here. Welcome everyone to kick off the very latest in the world of sports. We're on the wings of Charles Lachero, Zonda GHM Politan Ghana, Papa Nanye. Coming up in the next 10 minutes, it's match day for Ghana's under-20 side in the WAFU Zone B Championship happening in Togo. We'll tell you who the satellites are facing tonight. Also coming up.
So we have to wait. That's it.
How long?
I don't know.
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday?
I will be here.
Definitely.
I don't know.
All right, so Manchester United's target Ruben Amorim speaks for the very first time after being linked to the United job. We'll get to hear from the Portuguese a bit later, plus some matches in the Carabao Cup 4th round coming up later tonight. But of course, let's start off from Togo, and Ghana will take on Nigeria today in the final of the WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship set for 7 p.m. at the Stade Kege in Lome. Well, all the both teams have already qualified for next year's Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. The matchup between the two of West Africa's football giants carries high stakes with a regional title and bragging rights on the line. Well, the Black Satellites advanced to the final after finishing top of their group with draws against Togo and Benin 2-0 and a 2-0 victory over Niger, followed by a spirited 2-1 comeback win over Cote d'Ivoire in the semi-finals. The Satellites last claimed the Under-20 AFCON title in 2021 under former coach Abdul Karim Zito, and that squad featuring players such as Ifriyo Banya, Precious Boa and Fatah Isaku lacked a smooth transition to the senior national team. Now, addressing this is former sports minister Elvis Ifriyo expressing his disapproval of the Football Association's approach to player progression.
For instance, Bede and Co, it was right from that level that they got into the national team. So, and today globally, is it one of these countries where a 17-year-old boy who is playing for a major league. So, if the talents are there, they have to be nurtured and they have to be integrated into the team. And it must all be based on performance, competence, and capability, not on connections, not on a coach or an FA member has an interest in the player, so that player will get called up. If you do that, it's the kind of results that we're seeing. So we must be objective. We must love the country more than ourselves, our own parochial and personal interests.
All right, so that's a former sports minister, Elvis Ifriyo speaking to City Sports there. We're still in Togo, and the third edition of the CAF African Schools Football Championship is set to kick off with Ghana drawn in a challenging group alongside host nation Niger and Burkina Faso for the zonal qualifiers. The draw took place yesterday in Lomé, and the competition will see under 15 national team for boys and girls from schools across West Africa's WAFU Zone B competing for the chance to represent the zone in the continental finals. Well, the WAFU Zone B qualifiers are scheduled to be held in November 2024 in Niger. Well, here in Ghana, former Hatterfolk head coach and club legend Mohamed Polo is urging the club to dismiss current coach Abubakar Ouattara due to a disappointing start with the Phobians. Now, over the weekend, Hearts suffered yet another loss to Abibiani Gold Stars at the Legon Stadium in the March Week 8 clash.
I think, there is a problem with technical direction. And it's all about Ghana. It's technical direction. This point, that is the talent that we have. The coaches need to add some value, which is not there. It is what the coaches, what the players know. It's what they are doing. There is no any additional value. Because I said it already. House of Post, what was it? The last time House of Post, the last year, you remember they nearly, went to relegation. And I'm sure it is they have to bail them out. So and unfortunately, Olympics have to go. So it's very, very important that we have to know that their technical direction is not going well, but still insist that this man should be there. And the same thing is happening, and it will happen unless they get the right coach to direct affairs. But this coach in there, I don't think he can help us. Exactly, Ouattara is not the right coach for them as of now, because this is what the players who are there are very young, energetic, but there is no an added value. There is nothing. It's a coach. It's a good coach, maybe somewhere, but not with the Hatterfolk.
Abubakar Ouattara is not the right man for Hatterfolk, for the Hatterfolk job. That's Mohamed Polo's words there. Well, Hass's rival Kumasi Asante Kotoko in action later today against Legon Cities and Legon Sports Stadium. It's an outstanding fixture in the Ghana Premier League. We hear from Prosper Nate Agum, Kotoko's head coach, on facing Legon Cities.
I think we need to go all out and make sure that we get the maximum points. These are two different teams entirely. They have a new team altogether. We also have a new team altogether. And I think that's where the difference lies. I mean, it's not like both teams are keeping to their old players where they know themselves. So all that we have to do is to make sure that we work extra hard on the football and make sure that the few chances or the many chances that will come out, we will try and then convert them, because we need to make sure that we go home with the maximum points.
All right, so that's Kotoko's head coach, Prosper Nate Agum. Away from the Ghana Premier League to some other stuff, and FIFA will hold a meeting with the Ghana Football Association and relevant stakeholders to discuss implementing video assistant referee, what we call VAR, in Ghana's domestic leagues. Now scheduled for October 31, that's later tomorrow, and November 1 in Accra. This initial VAR kickoff meeting is a key step in FIFA's implementation, assessment approval program, and mandatory process for any member association aiming to adopt VAR. Now, the meeting will bring together the full FIFA VAR project team led by Inokuchi Takaki and Michael Bailey to review the technical and procedural requirements of VAR. Taking into Europe, and Sporting boss Ruben Amorim says he has not made a decision yet about his future after Manchester United expressed an interest in appointing him as manager. Now, Sporting confirmed earlier on Tuesday that United had made an approach and are willing to pay Amorim's €10 million release clause.
We have to wait a little bit more to explain everything I need to explain, and then it will be very clear.
But the club, obviously, they have to, if an approach is made for their head coach, because of the rules, have said that approach has been made and the compensation fee has been agreed. So it's now your decision, I guess.
Yes, that's what I said. It's my decision. I will tell everything. So we have to wait. That's it.
How long?
I don't know.
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday?
I will be here.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Well, United fans should hold on to their new boss. Well, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola also reacted to United's pursuit of the Portuguese manager.
Sport is boa team, why not choose his goal?
and the pressure was really, really good. I spoke with Mateus Nunes that it was his player and spoke highly about him. And look, this season is unbeaten or winning all the games in the Portuguese League and the Champions League, the same points with us. So highly manager. So I had the feeling that if Man United, what I hear that is thinking about him is because he's a good manager. So Man United, no point manager at that level. So all the managers have in the 5, 6, 7 years, we cannot say they are not able to lead Man United. So what's going to happen, I don't know.
All right, so that's Manchester City's boss, Pep Guardiola, speaking there. On the pitch, City will face Tottenham Hotspur later tonight at 8:15 p.m. in the Carabao Cup 4th round. Well, United will take on Leicester City at Old Trafford at 7:45. Newcastle United up against Chelsea. And the two sides met in the league over the weekend, with Chelsea winning the matchup. But that game did not have Jadon Sancho. He did not make the bench. And ahead of tonight's tie, Enzo Maresca, who is the Chelsea head coach, was asked about the England forward.
Yeah, Jadon is doing well since he arrived with us. For sure, players, they cannot maintain the same level for all season because the amount of the games is huge. So the last 2 games he didn't play, not for any different reason, just for technical decision, tactical decision, no more than that. And for sure, because of the amount of games, he's going to play many games, and the only thing he has to do is continue to work hard, and when we give him chance, just to take it.
All right, so that's Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca speaking there. Some more matches coming up in the Carabao Cup. Aston Villa take on Crystal Palace. Brighton will play Liverpool. Preston North End up against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Away from England, we take you to the Italian Serie A.
Kvaratskhelia now. Still, Kvicha, Kvaratskhelia! Kvaratskhelia rested on Saturday, fresh this evening, and 2 of Napoli's big hitters have done the damage.
All right, big point for Napoli. They move 7 points clear at the top of the Serie A with a clinical 2-0 win over AC Milan. The goals came from Romelu Lukaku and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to give Antonio Conte the 3 points. Well, before I leave, Daniel Dubois has been given a green light to make an optional defense of his IBF world title against Fabio Wadley in a bumper British heavyweight battle. Now, Dubois retained his IBF belt after a stunning 5th round stoppage win over Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium last month. And so, we'll keep you updated in regards to that story. And that's your sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JH. We'll be back later at 5 p.m. with more on the Traffic Avenue. We call it Sport Flash. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, Lashelle, Zonda GH, and Politan Ghana, Papa Linear. My name is Gabby Affair. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see no, he go buy motorbike too. Hey.
But you don't see since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. He don't maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Where he no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, yo, but wait, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I don't go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey.
Visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded a deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office. Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell. Go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I sent the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Yasakofa for frabo, pepper powder, pepper ojawo, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Etienga go better than potoyoa, sankofa got you covered. Go for sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra. Sankofa pepper powder. Red and hot, very natural. Sankofa pepper powder. Chichinga, enembia. Sankofa pepper powder. Noodles, Ghana jollo. Sankofa pepper powder. Esisia nete. Sankofa pepper powder. Sankofa.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
This ad is not about how convenient or easy to use the Affinity app is, or how accessible and affordable our loans are, or not having to worry about monthly or transaction fees. Yes, banking without fees. This ad is about a community of entrepreneurs, individuals, young people, and you, the go-getter. And Affinity providing the necessary services and tools to help simplify daily banking tasks and grow your business. Easy and accessible. Because banking doesn't have to be an inconvenience. With Affinity, you're in. To get the app and apply for loans, dial *229# or go to affinityghana.com.
The Association of Ghana Industries, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ghana Standards Authority, presents the 13th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards. Theme: Navigating the Uncertainties of our Business Landscape to Sustain Productivity. Date: Wednesday, 20th November 2024. Time: 6 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. Major sponsors: GASM, GCB Bank, Softcare FM Manufacturing Company, Goyle, Promasidor, Petrosol, Wilmar Africa, Olam Agri, Activa International Insurance, Ghana Gas Company, Rona Motors, B5 Plus, GB Foods. Co-sponsors: Coca-Cola, Guinness Ghana Breweries, Accra Brewery Limited, Arcadia Industries, ATL, Casapreco, Sleek Garments. For tickets, please call 024-449-9101. Be part of this excitement.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 750 ml Right brand dishwashing liquid, all variants, for only 34 cedis, 99 pesos each. And 750 ml Super Bright Lavender Floor and Towel Cleaner for just 35 cedis, 99 pesos each. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 3rd November 2024. Only at ShopRite.
Offer. Send us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody worried. Ain't no smiling faces. No, no, lying to the races.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Somebody help me now. I'll take you there.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, mercy. I'll take you there. Oh, let me take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, let me Hey, I need you here. Help me out. Come on, little baby. All right.
7:40 Citi Breakfast Show. Happy birthday to Gary Makuma, for managing partner of Mafo and Associates. And a few more coming in this morning. Happy birthday to Professor Joseph Roland Achu Ayi, Vice President of the Art Section of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. On this special day, we wish you indomitable strength and unwavering faith in God. We pray that God sustains and blesses you with many more years of abundance and happiness. As you have supported and guided many through life's journey, may you be blessed beyond measure. This is from Mrs. Doris Ayi, Ayite, Amma and Ayele. And also from Dr. Nuwokbo Gapson and Mrs. Eva Ayi and your grandchildren Alisa, Audrey, Hepsiva and Hananaya. Charlie, these are King James version.
Serious names.
No. Charlie, Professor Achua, you're a big man. your grandchildren have been named like hotels and cities. Alisa, Audrey, Hepsiba, and Hanania. Wonderful. A few more coming in. Happy birthday to Judah David. You're 7 years old today. With love from Dad, Mom, and Solomon and Tibeta Hasford. Happy birthday to Equia Sapong. You are the CEO of Lifeline for Childhood Cancers Ghana. You're 50, coming in from your man Samens. To you, Equia Sapong, Lifeline for Childhood Cancer. Happy 50th. Welcome to the 5th floor. And to Mrs. Fidelia Kwansa Fianco of Ebri, founder and CEO of Empowering Minds, from your husband Nana Bna, from your twins Manuel and Manuela, Abna Inshira, and all your loved ones. God bless you, Mrs. Fidelia Kwansa Fianco of Ebri.
Alaska, I'd like to wish my aunt a happy birthday, Auntie Jemima Nati. She's a super woman. She's a go-getter. She's a great support. So Auntie Jemima, happy birthday to you. She's the proprietress of Happy Kids School.
Wow.
And she's doing big things in the education and scouting space. She's a scout as well.
As in football scout?
No, like... the scouting organization.
Boy Scouts of America.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So,
I used to be a scout. Charlie, those days.
So, Auntie Joanna, happy birthday to you from myself, from Gina, from the entire family. Wish you the very, very, very best.
And to Mrs. Hannah Efriye of the Ghana Police Service, happy 50th to you, coming in from Solomon. And another one to George Nana Ado Oforiata of the Ministry of Finance. His grace shall abound on you in the years ahead. Actually, you have a serious name. You alone, you are George. You are Nanado. You are also Furiata. Hey. No, the guy's a big man. This is from Ascona and the 1996 Suesconians A-level. 1996 Suesconians A-level. All right, now, what am I doing today? Today, my mind is divided on two main things. All right, I'm concerned about the school placements and the pressure it's potentially going to pose on head teachers and parents and students, and the short space of time that the schools have to place the students and all the preparations that have to be made. Of course, we understand that the calendar has to be aligned, and therefore it's a necessary pain to go through. Like to understand from parents how they are managing the placements. So if you're a parent, let me know what's going on. Is the computerized placement helping? Now I remember, let me tell you, 1995 I wrote BC, right? I chose Presec, first choice, Laboni, second choice, WAS, third choice. I got 10 ones out of 12 for BC. So I went to Presec on the day. In front of the administration block, there was a signboard with lists.
Yeah.
So they will have science. I chose general arts. So I didn't go to the science arts. My name was number 4 on the general arts list. I remember the guy who was number 1. He's called Duncan Kojo Jechi, number 1. I remember that name. Then I saw my name there, number 4. So I was put in 1A2. So I went for my prospectus. my school cloth and my shorts. My parents got my stuff, and I was a Form 1 boy. Right, very nice. Now, parents, how has it changed for you? How does the placement work? Now, in those days, there was nothing like school placement on computer, nothing, no code, no pin. So I just went to, and I lived in Medina, so I just walked to Presec. I went to I know Presec. If I used to go and play football on the park, so I knew the school, right? So my brother was in the school, and I didn't even bother to ask him to check for me. I went to check myself. You get it? So it wasn't any strange situation. Parents, how are you dealing with the placements? How do you know? So let me put it. If you're a parent who's not had the right placement, what do you do? What's the process? All right. If you've been given a school and the course you don't like it, what do you do? Is there a clear process for dealing with these matters? I want to hear from Nagrat. I want to hear from parents. Just tell me how you're resolving these placement issues, because I'm told it can be quite stressful.
Yes, I've been to the placement. When was it? The placement center. There was a place they put up around the Nats place. I've been there twice.
This
year, no. This was last year and 2 years ago.
How was it?
It was really hectic. The place was, you had parents were there with the awards, guardians were there with the awards. It was a very hectic thing, and they were solving one challenge or the other. If you remember, a few years ago, they also set up something similar at the Independence Square.
Oh,
and it was
terrible.
loaded with.
But it's gotten much better than that.
Yeah, I guess. But I would, like you're saying, would love to hear from.
Yes, if you're a parent, I want you to tell me.
From parents.
Tell me how you're dealing with the placement, and how the other question I want to know is, how are you dealing with your teenage child who insists on going to one particular school? Because I've received a few messages from parents who say, look, my son listens to your show and he says you are his role model and he wants to go to Presec and that he wants you to do something. And I'm not sure what I can do because the computerized placement. By the way, do you remember how you got into Accra? Did you use computerized? Or
No.
How did it
In our time, same thing. We wrote the exam.
What schools did you choose?
I remember.
Definitely Accra was your first choice.
Yes, it was.
And you chose general arts.
Yes.
And you wanted to do literature and what?
So the mix I got was literature, French, economics, and geography.
That's very good.
That was the mix I got.
Because in our time, we didn't have that mix. In our time, you can either do geog, econs, maths.
Yes.
And then they introduced A3, who did literature, government, and history. But we couldn't mix it.
We didn't do government at all.
But in our time, the literature, government history was just one small class. Because it was mostly geog, econs, elective maths.
Yes.
So you did economics,
yes,
literature,
yes,
French.
Geog and French.
Wow. So that's social science and also arts mixed.
Yes.
4 electives.
Yeah, we did 4. So all of us did 3. All the art students did 3 common electives. So all of us did literature. All of us did economics. All of us did geog. The options were e-math, French, history, CRS.
So you took French.
I took French.
So some of your mates would have done maths in addition to this.
Yes, some of my mates did elective maths.
I would have loved that. I would have loved to do elective maths, economics, geog, and literature. That would have been perfect.
Yes.
In my time, it didn't exist.
Yeah. So I had some of my mates. Some of the guys did. Dennis Osei and others. They did that combination.
Wow, that's a great combination. Because literature for me takes English to the next level.
Oh yes, it does.
Elective maths is the basis for everything, in my view. Geography helps you understand the world, and economics gives you an entry into many other things. So I think that combination, of course, French is also great. So I think you had a better. So you did 8 subjects.
Yes, all of us did 8, even though
7.
the mixes were different.
I did 7.
So all of us did 8.
Did you have a list where you went to see your name?
Yeah, I didn't go. I remember it was my mother who went.
Went to check.
So she went to check, and then she came back and said, "Oh, you are in."
But your whole family is Accra.
Yeah.
So everybody knows.
Went. Yeah, so kind of.
So your name is
my
also...
name was there, Accra Academy, and then I of course I saw the things we were going to. My mom passed it to me. I saw it, and then we went to get all the things.
I hope there's a Netankwa house in Accra.
No, there isn't.
There has to be. Or is it rather in Ketasco?
Yes.
Okay. But there's a Konwa Hall, right?
There's Konwa, there's Alema, there's Awulite, which was my house, blue.
Funny thing, when I went to Accra, the first time I went to Accra properly, it reminded me of Commonwealth Hall in a very strange way.
Yes, the setup, the entire setup is almost is modeled on the University of Ghana.
Yeah,
so
it looked
the stones.
It looked like
buildings,
I was in some part of Commonwealth Hall.
The stones.
And a lot of Accra people go to Commonwealth.
I can say a good number.
A lot of them. A lot of my mates who were vandals were Accra boys.
Okay, that's wonderful.
But you are a vandal? Or?
No.
You went to... Okay, you did a different...
Yes.
But you look like a Saba person.
Yeah, strangely enough, School of Translators was affiliated to Saba.
You just look like one. The way you behave. All right, so that's one thing. Then the other thing we'll deal with, obviously, is the placement, the demise of Ikuya Donko. And Sami Dako has written an article, and I think I'll just read it. It's a nice article because I'm trying to just navigate the legal confusion around what could happen and what could not happen. I think the clarity has been given by the EC. 10 days given to
the GFP
to file.
Yes.
And of course, we have to wait for them to file. If they don't file, what happens? And I think that's where the real confusion is. If they file, there's no confusion. If they don't file, do you say you're going to remove number 3 so that number 4 becomes number 3? And then therefore everybody else goes up 1 except number 1 and 2? Or are you going to, reballot? It's complicated. So we'll try and see if we can read this as well. I wanted Sky to tell me how he got to Trade Town, but he's run away from the studio.
He'll come back eventually. But a lot of, I don't know. I see a lot of the challenges now, and I ask myself, how would it have been if this had happened when I was going to secondary school back in
But you're not that many.
2001.
You know the problem? The free SHS people are now 500,000.
Oh, that is true.
So your time...
That is true. We were really not a lot because Accra Academy cumulatively in my time, 01 to 04, when I was, let's say 2001, when I was in SS1, together we're about, let's say 3,000 or something. Maybe even less.
Bro, if you go to Presec now...
maybe even less.
If you go to Presec now, I think Form 2 or so, they're like 3,500.
Maybe even less. From 1 to 3, maybe 2,500 to 3,000.
That's the whole...
I'm sure, because when I think about it, yes.
When we were in Form 1...
Or maybe, yeah.
When I was in Form 1, the Form 2s were about 350. And then the Form 3s were around 300. And we were about 410. So Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 was about 700. Then you add the A-level guys who were anything around 200. So the whole school was not up to 1,000. I went to Presec last year for speech day.
You were saying 20 plus science classes.
When we're doing this evening service, the number of people who were outside was more than those who were inside. And even that was even double track. So you had when you add Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3, it was over 5,400. And this school's infrastructure has not expanded that much.
No.
Right. So I can imagine. So imagine if you're headmaster of a school like Presec this morning, placement is going on, your phone is ringing, church members are calling, old schoolmates are calling, neighbors are calling. How are you going to deal with that kind of pressure? And there's also every parent wanting, it's not just the school, the course.
The course, yeah.
Right? So the computer system makes sense to try and take the pressure off headmaster. I think it's a good idea. I just don't know if centralizing it is the best way or if decentralized. So if I've said, let's do regional computerized systems. I don't know. I'm not a computer guy. I don't know. I think trying to take the pressure off headmasters is good. But when you centralize such a big thing, it creates another bureaucracy because let's assume I chose Presby Secondary in Ebri, first choice. Then I chose O'Reilly, second choice. And I chose another school, third choice. And I get misplaced. Who do I go to? Who do I talk to? How do I, it's...
And then you're doing that vis-a-vis trying to get into school at the right time so you don't miss contact hours.
Yeah.
This business of getting yourself ready.
Yeah.
And then you layer the challenges that almost all schools have with infrastructure. So already...
Yeah.
You may leave your home
region.
Yes, you may leave your home region, but you are a day student. You don't know anybody there. You have to find a place. So it's a really complicated pot of
you need to be
different
clear
issues.
of the school so that I can get the school. Okay, they said the other good thing they've done is they have the joint prospectus. So I think they've done a few good things. So they've created a standardized prospectus. So that parents will not have to wait to get the school. So that standard prospectus has specific things you need. So you can go and buy those things whilst you wait for the placement. Because their challenge was to now go and get the things that your school specifically wants. So that standard prospectus is great. All right. But I felt like there could be some more numbers made public for people to call, like a helpline kind of thing. There should be IT support, some toll-free number type of thing. There should be some counseling because a lot of the students... are not happy if they don't get the school they want. So there should be some counseling on the side. You get a point. And then I think they should also rope in the old boys to try and help. Because I think when students come in fresh like this, then the school has a lot of people to deal with. Maybe some of the schools can kick in some old school support system where orientation, all right? Because if you have 2,000 people coming to a school fresh like that, how do you initiate them into the school system? with teachers and all of that. So these are not normal times. So we need solutions that can help cut across. So let's hear from you this morning. All right, Caleb, help me with a few announcements. I wanted you to tell me about O'Reilly, but not now.
What happened?
Did you use computerized placement or you went?
No, I didn't. I actually went to school very late because I had made a mistake with my school placement. In fact,
you chose a different school.
I chose one school throughout. You know,
it was a mistake.
Wow.
Was it a computerized thing?
It was at the time.
Ours was manual.
Yeah, it was computerized, but at the time I wanted to go to St. Peter's.
And you did Peters 1, Peters 2, Peters 3.
All through, and I chose the same course.
Accidentally?
No, I think it was.
Your thing had come.
I was just not guided. I was not guided.
I
was not guided. I was not guided. So here's what happened. I think by the time I had to go to school then...
Everybody had gone.
Everyone had gone. And then my dad was also transferred to Accra at the time. Lord. So we were at Salam down.
You were in the Eastern region?
We were in the Eastern region, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So you went how many weeks later?
Look, I got to school and then 2 weeks later they were writing an exam. So most of the time I was in the library.
You missed first
term. Yes, I did.
Wow, that's
yeah,
tough.
and I did well in my BEC too. So
what happened?
That's what I'm explaining.
Why didn't St. Peter's take you?
I chose the same course also. You know, I didn't vary it. So there was that. I mean, mine was.
It has been with you for long.
Which thing? Better what are you saying? Better what are you saying?
Hey, Caleb Kuda.
No,
so you chose Peters 1, Peters 2, Peters 3.
Yeah.
General at 1, General at 2, General at 3.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So that was it. So by the time we moved to Accra, then closest to us there was Accra High, there was O'Reilly.
Oh. So you went to school for proximity.
Yes, really. That was it.
It
was just here, so we had to walk here.
Near
Holy Spirit Cathedral, just behind it, yes. So we're doing Accra High, we'd walk to the GS a lot of the time. They said Accra High was full, then there was O'Reilly. I walked into the school the first day. I look at the building, there was some long tail with wire girls all over the place. I was like, what kind of poultry farm is this? You know, but better, the thing you said early on in the beginning that, I mean, it's not really where you are. I mean, where you are matters, but also it's really how you apply yourself.
Yeah.
And because in O'Reilly, I noticed we had very, very good teachers as well.
Yeah.
And they committed themselves to teaching us very well. So most of my colleagues have done very well. And it was in O'Reilly that I really discovered myself. And a lot of people have known me from my days in O'Reilly. So your debating
skills, your advocacy, your interest in media, all of that O'Reilly.
You know, last week I went to visit my dad and there was this medal he's kept for 13 years. I took it from him.
You won a medal?
It's on my desk now.
What did you win?
It's from the UK.
From the UK?
Yes.
You won a medal in the UK?
And that's I'm the only Ghanaian so far to have that.
No, let me sit up.
What that's what O'Reilly has given me.
Oh, you were a big man. What did you do?
So I won the international public speaking competition organized by the English Speaking Union.
You mean international fisherman?
Yes, please.
From O'Reilly to the world.
Thank you.
You were a big man. All right, now I need to pay my bills. Otherwise, they won't pay me salary this week. So please do your thing quickly.
Yes, so if you need funds for that major project you have been planning for some time now, or you need funds to pursue your dreams, Zenith Bank has got you covered with a loan of up to 250,000 Ghana cedis. You heard right, a loan of up to 250,000 Ghana cedis. At Zenith Bank, we always look out for your financial well-being. Open a Zenith salary account today and have access to a loan of up to 250,000 Ghana cedis. Achieve your financial goals with Zenith Bank. Visit any of our branches. Open a Zenith salary account today. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank is in your best interest. And if you're ready to make your retirement dreams a reality, say hello to a life filled with relaxation, tranquility, and endless possibilities at Lakeside Hills. Lakeside Estate exclusive retirement home is tailored to help you find the perfect sanctuary to enjoy your golden years to the fullest. We have 2, 3, and 4 bedroom homes developed in a serene environment, including sports complex, pharmacy, shopping mall, and everything for your children as well. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year, we want to journey with you to secure a retirement lifetime home of comfort. So call us on 050-141-8622 or 020-477-5042. Visit our website, lakesideestate.com. Lakeside Estate, quality homes for all. Lakeside Hills, live your best life.
All right, Auto Parts is calling. If you need to service your car, call Auto Parts Wholesale. They have a factory service point. They have factory service products like engine oils, coolants, transmission oils, batteries, and brake pads to keep your car on the road for many more years to come. You can locate us at a number of places: at Shaliboche School Junction, Spintex Road, North Carnation, and also at Hacho. Call Auto Parts on 057 110 0233 or 020 484 2247. That's 020 484 2247. And if you have a throat that needs refreshment, Lozati, 100% natural and refreshing throat lozenges with 7 pleasant tasting flavors, here to help you. We have honey and lemon, ginger, peppermint, orange and cola, and 2 sugar-free formulations, propolis and strawberry. Lozati lozenges for a quick relief you need, available at all Unicom outlets. Call 0302 324 595. 8 o'clock, tech and social media trends coming up next, brought to us by
Telecel and First Bank. Telecel says the More Money promo just got extended for 2 extra months, giving you even more chances to win big. We're now rewarding 4 lucky winners with 30,000 Ghana cedis every week, and $1 million Ghana cedis is a grand prize that is up for grabs. So keep purchasing data or airtime, reloading data on your fixed broadband to get closer to becoming a billionaire. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning. Don't miss out. Dial star 500 hash, send win to 500. Visit the Telecel Play app to opt in for free T's and C's apply. Promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Telecel, connecting energies. Now we've got exciting news and would like to let you know. Join us at selected branches from now until Friday, November 8th, 2024 at our SME fair and get incredible discounts on toiletries, provision, clothing and drinks. The First Bank Ghana SME fair is on at our Atomic Junction branch from now till Friday, November 1, 2024. Then from Monday, November 4 till Friday, November 8, 2024, the First Bank SME Fair moves to the Santa Maria branch, Blue Kiosk Junction. Tema Community 1 branch near Community 1 Market Square. Spintex 1 branch near Allied Oil Filling Station, and Dansuman branch near Dansuman Market. Visit any of these branches and enjoy free eye screening and coconut while you shop. For inquiries, call 0531 072 643. First Bank, you first.
So we move straight to the segment that tells us what's trending on the tech and social media side of things. Nathan Kwao has that segment.
Okay, all right.
Take it up.
Yes, let's start off with some local issues. Ekiadonko is trending. So her passing was on Monday, I believe, but it still has people talking about all of that because of the political consequence it could have on the election. Bawku is also trending. You know, there's a curfew there as well, and it's really, really, really serious. Yesterday, a mate of mine texted me and said, work had transferred him to Bawku. I was really concerned, and I told him to take care of himself. So, Charlie, we don't want any matters. Other ones, Baumia trending. Dr. Baumia is still on the campaign trail and all of that. And yesterday, former President John Mahama said he had 5 questions for Dr. Baumia to answer. So that is letting Dr. Baumia trend as well. Oh, man, very interesting. And then the National Science and Math Quiz Finals happening today. It's Ketasco versus Infansipim
and
Augustins.
To be
Yep. Anyway, to some sporting trends, and Vinny Jr. is still here. People are still talking about the Ballon d'Or episode. So now, former Real Madrid player Karim Benzema also tweeted, put out on Instagram his granted interview saying he doesn't understand why Vinny did not win the Ballon d'Or. So people are still talking about that. And then Al Nassr, Ronaldo's club is trending. Last night, they lost in the Kings Cup round of 16. True. Ronaldo had a 96th minute penalty and skied it. So, Charlie,
he ballooned the ball.
Charlie. So they said that Barcelona fans have had a mega time. They beat Real Madrid in the Clasico. Lamine Yamal wins the Copa. Yeah. Vinny doesn't win Ballon d'Or. And then their ex-nemesis Ronaldo missed the penalty.
What the time to be alive.
Life is good. It's just football banter. Anyway, there's some tech news now. Aloski, China has a new richest man
Hey.
Do you know who the person is?
Oh, the TikTok
Zhang
owner?
Yiming. Yes, CEO of Bytes Dance.
Zhang Yiming.
Yes, Zhang Yiming.
He's a
41
CEO.
years, co-founder of TikTok's parent company ByteDance, and he topped the 2024 Hurun China Rich List.
The guy is, the geezer is 41 years old. What have I done with my life?
His wealth reached 49.3 billion, as assessed by research, media, and investment group Hurun Incorporated.
Wow.
And they usually publish the ranking of China's.
He's a tech guy.
Yes, China's.
Have you noticed
richest
that a lot of
people.
the richest people are now tech people? The
Yes,
Google
tech
guys.
is- yes,
so
tech is
tech
the
is
new
now
thing.
there. It used to be oil.
Yes, but
Tech
now
is the
tech
new
is the
oil.
thing. But of course, we do know TikTok's travails in the legal arena. They are battling several state and federal lawsuits related to alleged failures to protect children using the app. And they are now fighting a law that could force a nationwide ban of the app if TikTok doesn't spin off its US op. So they are dealing with that in court. But Zhang Yiming, very happy man. He's rich, $49.3 billion, and he's China's new richest man.
All right.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. The team in office is chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody seek a think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell you so the more money promo now.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draw. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
There's no price like the ShopRite price. That's why we are committed to bringing you lower prices on all the essentials you need. Like 1 kg Lele white sugar for only 24 cedis, 99 pesos each, and 500 ml Tampico juice, all variants for just 5 cedis, 99 pesos each. Never pay more than the ShopRite price. Prices valid until 3rd November 2024. Only at ShopRite.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017. One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other 2 are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Bawku on December 7th.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Bawku. Bawku means business. Esro.
Be
Beyond every boardroom is a story waiting to be written. A story of a business and its potential, of a community that thrives, a hospital that serves, and energy that powers millions of dreams. It's a story that only gets better with a partner that has the expertise and solutions to make it a reality. At Absa Corporate and Investment Banking, we are invested in your story, and we invite you to write it with us because your story matters. Absa, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This is a special security announcement. Trellador, Africa's strongest burglar proofing, announces big discounts on all sliding security barriers, roller shutters, and clear guards to protect homes and offices from criminals. Trellador is fighting rising prices by offering big savings and lower prices. Be safe, secure your premises. Google Trellador or call 0561 24 24 24. Trellador, Africa's strongest burglar proofing.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Hey, put your phones in the air. Hey, wave your awesome cameras. Where the party day? You also like Samsung Galaxy. Hey, get out the way, get out the way. Make way for the boss. Get out the way, You need long-lasting battery life for this party. Take a picture, my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. Wait till this morning. Boss. Take a picture, my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. Then a baby mommy. Boss. Get out the way. Make way for the boss.
Ifya, I've been thinking, have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Ifya, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana. Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
announcement. So 2 big numbers to take home. 80% of overall candidates have been placed. 94% of qualified candidates have been placed. So these are very high figures. So we will try and get some more perspectives on this and find out what the GES is doing to facilitate this. Urging parents to let the process work. let the process work. All right. I have a few birthday requests to do, but before I do that, let's do a few quick announcements. Caleb?
Yes, imagine the unexpected happening to you and leaving behind your loved ones, your spouse, family members that you cherish most. See, death is inevitable. When it occurs, will your loved ones be protected? SNIT comes in to protect them if you're a contributor to the scheme. The SNIT scheme has an inbuilt life policy that pays your loved ones a lump sum when you are no more. So SNIT survivors of SNIT members qualify for survivors benefit. Now with SNIT, members are rest assured that in the unfortunate event that they pass on, their nominated dependents would be paid a lump sum by the scheme. SNIT, we deliver on our promises. Terms and conditions apply. Call us 0302 611 622 on socials at SNIT Ghana. Hey there, everyone. Let's talk about Affinity. Now, I could go on about how smooth the Affinity app is. Super easy to use, and they've got loans that are accessible and affordable. But here's the real magic. No monthly fees, no transaction fees, zero fees. Imagine banking where you don't have to keep an eye on those extra charges sneaking in. But here's what really sets Affinity apart. It's for people like you, the ones with big dreams, small businesses, side projects, or just the drive to make things happen. Affinity is all about giving you the right tools to keep your banking simple and help you grow. So if that sounds like something you would want to be part of, it's easy. Just dial *229# to get the app or check out affinityghana.com. With Affinity, you're not just banking, you are in.
Now, if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, then you want a vibrant student experience that will give you great skills so you can get your future job after school, Lancaster University Ghana is where you get all these things. You get up to 50% in terms of a scholarship for your degree. And you are taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards on their campus. Call them on 020-960-7008 or send them an email, admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British uni campus in West Africa. The new order of retirement is here. You can now retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. You can get in touch with Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or send or visit their website oldmutual.com.gh to find out more. Old Mutual do great things every day. For the SMEs or the SMEs out there, I've got great news for you. If you're a female entrepreneur, agribusiness, or you are just an entrepreneur in that space, the MasterCard Foundation and APSA are coming together to give you an SME loan at an unbelievable 10% interest rate per annum. Imagine getting 1 million cedis completely collateral free. Your success is our success. If you are ready to jump into the next chapter of your story, visit the SME project office, your nearest APSA branch, or visit apsa.com.gh to find out more. APSA, your story matters.
And imagine launching your career, starting your own business, or embarking on advanced studies within 6 months of graduation. At Ashesi, that's nearly every graduate's reality. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and they are leading successful careers regardless of what you choose to study. And Ashesi Education gives you a strong foundation for life. So visit ashesi.edu.gh to learn more about the Ashesi Advantage. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Earlier you were asking me what was our student population when I was in secondary school. Well, I got a very precise number from a mate of mine. So in all, from 1 to 3, we were 1,620.
So you were a lot. This is 2001. Okay, I am between 96 and 98.
Yeah, so we were 1,620. Form 1s, Form 2s, Form 3s put together.
Now the numbers are massive. So let me give you some numbers for placements now. So the number of people who wrote the WASI, it's in the hundreds of thousands, right? 500 and something thousand.
Yeah.
We've had 104,918 qualified candidates could not be matched to any of their choices. That's possibly because they did not qualify. We are told that 80% of those who qualified, or those who wrote the exam, have been placed. 94% of those who qualified have been placed. And a few more numbers to share shortly. But the key issue is that registration and orientation begins on October 30. That's today. So today is the day people are supposed to go to school. And then academic work begins November 7. So that's in a week. So today is Wednesday. So Thursday, next Thursday, tomorrow week as they call it. So the public is informed that in addition to the National Solution Center at the NAT Hall in Adabraka and all the 16 regional solution centers, they can access support through the helpline. The helpline is 0308 258 001. So if you're a parent listening and you need some help, 0308 258 001. All right. So now the schools are. Guess how many schools are in Ghana? How many secondary schools wrote the WASI?
500.
No. But
Is that too much?
19,505 participating schools.
90. Oh, okay. This includes. Oh, this is basic. Sorry, I was
yes,
thinking.
this is basic schools.
I was
Yes.
thinking.
So 19,505 participating schools. 2,123 centers of examination. Yeah. So that's it. There are some people whose results have a P on it, a pending result, and we don't know whether that affects the placement. I think that once they have their 6 or 7, they get to go. So that's not such a big issue.
But I've been trying to see the number of students who opted in for TVET schools. I'm not getting the data for that.
You want to get a breakdown?
Yeah, and it seems that we still have a very heavy preference for the grammar schools.
That's
and,
true.
The reality is, my story earlier is just career guidance and counseling that is often missing. You know, a lot of the people who are opting for the grammar schools, I mean, maybe very gifted people who could do very well in TVET. You know, and if you look at the trends, a lot of the people who are coming out of universities with certificates that centered in grammar education are still walking around and struggling. I mean, that's the reality. And also, when you look at the needs of our economy now, we really need builders.
And the employability.
You know?
I think that there's a certain book-long mindset we have which makes us frown upon practical education, technical vocational education.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people who can't do anything with their hands.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's BEC, not WASI. Forgive me, I keep saying WASI. My mind is all over the place. It's BEC, I'm trying to say. So I think we need a drive to make people understand the role of TVET.
We do.
I was in Presec. I had mates in Kwabuche who used to do technical.
Yes.
Right.
And they were very good students. So I think some of it is misunderstanding, and some of it is the schools themselves going narrow paths. Because Kwabuche is one of the best schools in the country, and they had a very strong technical program.
Right.
So maybe that idea would have been good to keep the technical and secondary together.
Yeah.
So that there would be, instead of having ATTC versus whatever, you could put them together
so
as one option.
They are just options, courses that are run. I get it.
I don't know. And those days we used to laugh at people in technical school. They grow and those kind of things. Like Uncle
it's a
Juma,
tragic misconception.
You know, I think we have a lot of work to do there because look, from plumbing to welding to woodwork, look, oil and gas.
My goodness.
The amount of professionals needed in some of those sensitive areas of catering and plumbing and things. Yeah. Imagine if we are taking TVET seriously. Unemployment is such a big problem.
I'll tell you something. When I went to Japan, visited a nuclear plant, and as part of, when we went to where did we go? The GE5, yes. General Electric. So General Electric's nuclear wing, they produce parts and components that are used to manufacture or to put together nuclear plants. So they were building a dome.
Okay.
And I asked the gentleman who was taking us around said that to do this, they need high-level welders. High-level welders.
Precision welding.
So I asked him that. So when you open applications and people come in, do you give them extra training? They say yes.
Of course.
Because there's no welder who has this level of skill. So even though you are very good, they add they add something to you, they add more value, so you are able to weld the domes and parts together. And it set me thinking that, wow, so if we had if we were focusing a lot on building these welders, steel benders, blah 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 blah, you are creating an employment line for industries elsewhere.
And you know that when you have like construction sector booming in a country,
you need these people.
So think about Saglemi housing, the number of masons, the number of painters, the number of carpenters, the number of welders, the number of plumbers,
tilers,
the number of like it is just incredible. And so I feel we underestimate the importance of TVET and we overestimate grammar school. And all of us have gone to grammar school because that's what we're pushed into. All right. I think we also need to create space for people to showcase what technical and vocational education can do. All right, for the country. So. And of course, even with the BSc placement in secondary schools, there's been a lot of focus on
the grammar schools,
the main schools.
Yeah,
all right.
So
I think Center for TVET needs to get some airtime to talk more about what they do. You can look at a child's aptitude and say this child can do very well in TVET, but society frowns upon it and sees it like, oh, it's a second rate,
less prestigious.
Yes, so it's part of our challenge, and we need to work on this. So those are some of the points coming through on the show this morning. All right, so I'll do a quick interview to put this matter to bed, and then I'll move to the next area. The placement has been largely successful. 94% of qualified candidates, 80% of people who wrote. So those are high numbers. Over 500,000 students is not easy. Almost 20,000 junior secondary schools taking part in the exam. So I'm going to have a quick conversation with Kwesi Kwarteng, who's the PRO of the ministry, for his overview on what's been going on so far. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, Bernard.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you for picking our call because I know you are busy. This is a very busy time. How is the ministry? What is the ministry's overview of what's going on so far in terms of the placements, the CSS, PSS, the solution centers? What is your overview from the ministry's perspective?
Well, for us in the ministry, we believe that there has been significant improvements in our processes. And of course, all has been occasioned by several feedbacks from the media, from the public in previous placement exercises. Like you rightly mentioned, this time around we recorded 94.2% of automatic placement, which essentially means is that only 5.8% of students were unable to be matched with any of the choices that they selected. We also even gave them an opportunity for such students to go onto our portal and do what is called self-placement. As of yesterday, in the evening, when we did our review, more than 11,000 students have even subscribed to the self-placement model, which is also a very significant improvement. And of course, I am also sure with the introduction of the fact that students or prospective students were also not paying for the PIN codes and the voucher to assess their placement results this time around. It's also brings some cushion to parents. So by and large, we've had a very successful placement exercise. Solution centers are available and ready to assist prospective students and even guardians, parents, and even the general public when there are issues that need much attention. And so if you ask me, I would say, of course, the overview has been, or the whole placement exercise has been satisfactory, except to say that as the people, as a ministry, as a government, there is also always an opportunity to improve on what we have been doing. I think when it comes to the timing, when students are expected to be in school, that is where we need to do a lot of communication. If you read the first statement that we brought out last 2 days, the statement was to the effect that registration and orientation process begins on the 30th. It is different from saying students are to report on the 30th of October. The real time of reporting, if you ask me, for academic activities to begin is on the 7th of November. I think that's where parents and students really need that clarification, because a lot of people are complaining that the time is very short, the notice is very short. Of course, we felt that with the introduction of the harmonized prospectus and the fact that it was even within the public space ahead of the placement, a lot of parents would have had the opportunity to prepare and get their children ready to school. But I think the most important point that we have to make for parents to know, and even all the prospective students to know, is that if you are even unable to be in school and begin your registration process today or tomorrow, you are not losing your admission slots. There is still an opportunity for you, particularly when the academic activities have not started, which is yet to start on the 7th of November. So you ask me, I think those will be my...
So you're saying that even though the reopening is officially October 30, they have at least one full week to get in, because schoolwork begins November 7. So they shouldn't feel pressurized, having been placed maybe yesterday or the day before, to quickly move. They have a week to plan their movement.
Exactly, that is our point. Because even if you look at the statement that we brought, they even have the opportunity to do the registration online. So essentially, it's just a gateway of saying that if you are even unable to go to school because you need much time to prepare, you can still do the registration online. But by the 7th of November, it is ideal for you to be in school, since that is when academic activities begin.
When you visit the solution centers, do you see a lot of people there? Because I'm sure there's one at NAT and then there are regional solution centers. Are there many people there, and what indication does that give you about whether there are any issues?
As of yesterday, we had very few numbers. Of course, one may also be tempted to think that maybe it's because we just started the process. But you see, what we are also doing is that as soon as the issues are brought, we work on them overnight, so that the same people does not converge there the following day. And it's also one of the lessons that we've learned over time as we engage in this process. So I'm not expecting even much people today, because those that came yesterday, their issues should be resolved. I don't know about today. I'm yet to visit the center. But I mean, largely, even previously, I mean, the challenging moments has to do with the fact that a lot of them were not getting schools to the place. But now that we've recorded about 94.2%, I do not envisage a lot of people trooping into the solution centers.
One of the main issues that happens is people placed in schools that they don't like, or giving courses they don't like. So that could take a few days. What are your thoughts on that? There are some parents who prefer some schools, and somehow they don't want to go to the school they are giving. Is there a special arrangement? Is there a period you're giving for those alignments to be made? What any thoughts on that?
Ideally, the automatic placement, we are not supposed to effect any changes to that. But of course, I mean, there could be genuine instances where we attach a human face to it, depending on the fact that it's presented to the officers at the solution center. It can be reviewed. Some of them has to be escalated to, further reviews by senior management, and then decisions are made. So, even though ideally we are not supposed to make changes, there are some instances where such reviews are made and then decisions are taken to, give preferences to parents and students in terms of the choices that they want to make.
All right, just finally, for clarification, I know there are 3 categories of schools: the single track schools, the transition schools, and the double track schools. What do we mean by a transition school? Because I saw the calendar which had those 3 categorizations. What do we mean by a school in transition?
Okay, so let me start from the single track schools, which is about 70% of schools within the senior high school space, which runs, in those schools, you have first year, second years, and third years being in school at the same time. Double track within the context of what we used to know, where we had green, and yellow within one particular year group where you divide them into 2 cohorts is no longer in existence. But what we have is the transition, which is an attempt to finally do away with the concept of the double tracking or any form of tracking system, because the transition in the transition schools, you can have 2 year groups in the school while the other year group has vacated. So, for instance, you have Form 2s and Form 3s in school while Form 1s are on vacation, or Form 1s and Form 2s are in school while Form 3s are on vacation. That is where we are now, which is about 30% of schools. But when you talk about double track within the context of what we used to know, where within a particular year we have a division of 2 cohorts, green and gold, no, we've passed that stage. But so the transition is just a transit point to fully move away from any form of tracking system.
So I know government is trying to do 2 things, trying to align our secondary school calendar with what previously used to hold, and I think with the West Africans as well. Will this academic year be the year that we achieve that alignment?
No, that will be 2026. So because it's gradual. If you make it very, how do you call it? I mean, within just a moment, you are going to have problems. So we continue to draw it gradually. By 2026, we should be able to reverse it to the old normal that we used to have.
So that's 2026. And when will the transition schools all become single track? Is there also a timetable for that?
It's beyond my pay scale. I don't have the authority to give dates on that.
It's beyond your pay grade. Okay, they'll increase your pay soon. Then you can answer that. Finally, what is your message to school heads, to parents, and to students ahead of a very important academic year?
First of all, I think parents have to be reminded that there is no cause for alarm. If you believe you are prepared, you can go do the registration, and even to some extent stay in school and wait for the academic activities to begin. The assurance is that if you are unable to do today or the subsequent day, you can do the following day, and you do not lose your slot. And of course, caution must also be thrown even to the general public on the payment of monies to middlemen and individuals who want to promise them some certain categories of school. Of course, we are running a human interface. People can still have their way, right? It's not something that the ministry countenances or encourages. And to heads of school, they have always been working with us. They have always been there for us. So our expectation is that at this important time, they also help with the registration orientation process whilst we prepare our students to begin full academic activities.
Thank you very much, Kwesi Kwarteng, who's the head of communication at the Ministry of Education, 837. All right, I wanted to box another quick issue in, but there's a couple of things I need to just read out. So here's a comment from a colleague who says, look, Bernard, I have students going through different modules of TVET at New Century Tech School. Right. They have introduced modules on consumer electronics, right, where you can even take lessons twice a week. But the uptake is slow. I think a lot of parents don't know about their programs. So maybe we can talk a bit about some of the programs on offer at the technical schools so that parents who opt for that can understand it. There's a very complicated document in front of me which I want to explain, but the last time I tried, I bungled it. This was last 2 weeks Friday. Okay. So I have a transitional academic calendar for senior high schools. It is very serious. Form 1, first term, start date 30th October, that's today. Yeah. End date 7th February, so that's clear enough. Yeah. They then break from 8th February to 25th May. Yeah. So they'll be home for the whole of March, the whole of April, and probably the whole of May. Yeah. Then they come back to school 26th May, and they stay in school till 26th July. They go on break on 26th July and return 30th August. So this is a much shorter break. Yeah. So that's second term. Then third term, they start on 31st August, finish on October 17, and then they end the academic year. So those who are going to school from today, you will be in school October, the whole of November, the whole of December, of course, the Christmas break, January, and then you vacate 7th February. Then you'll be home from 8th February to 25th May. So that's in the US, spring into summer. Yeah. That's a long break. Then second term is 26th May to 25th July. So the whole of June, essentially, and the whole of July. So 2 months and a bit. Home from 26th July to 30th August. So that's a month and a few days. And then the third term is 31st August. So the whole of September and then half of October. So the school time is not that long. Now, Form 2, your first term is today, 30th October, till 5th December. So Form 2 will vacate on 6th December, the day before election, and then they will come back to school on 10th February. All right, and then they will be in school till 23rd May. So when the Form 1s are on break, the Form 2s will be in school. That's the transitional calendar. Then they will take a break from 24th May to 27th July and come back to school on 28th July to 17th October. Form 3s, they go to school 3rd January. So Form 3s are home. They go to school 3rd January and they stay till 16th April. Then they take a break from 17th April to the 2nd April, very few days. And then they come back on 23rd April to 29th August, where they write their exams. There are a few small notes. We'll put this on our website for those of you who want to address these matters. Let's read a few comments on this matter.
Yep. This one says, Bernard, my time was placement, but unfortunately I didn't get any, which... Okay.
Your what?
So this one says in their time it was computer placement. That's what I'm assuming. But he couldn't get through. He couldn't get a placement. So he was asked to fill some forms manually for our selected schools. But that one too was to no avail. So I got to school very late. My dad had to talk to one of the sports masters in a school nearby, and they got me into the school team as a sports person. That's how I got to school. The funny part is I had mates who got aggregates 30, 35, 29, etc. But they got their first choices, which were the A-listed schools or the A-class schools. King Josh in Tema. This one says, okay, my ward was placed in a day school, which is far away from my location. I want to change it to a boarding school because I won't be able to afford the transportation. And I won't be able to monitor him always. And the person says they're a single mother, they need help. We'll have to try and get maybe some helplines or something for listeners who are in such positions to call. Ghana Education Service is currently using a quota system to admit students into teacher training colleges. And Bernard was asking you to find out from the official why it was so. Talking about technical education, I was admitted to Maoli School to pursue agricultural science. During orientation, the HOD for technical sold me. The agricultural HOD couldn't convince me, so I switched to technical class, auto mechanic, technical drawing, elective math and physics. It hasn't been easy, but I never regretted it. Sometimes it's about interest and peer pressure. The stigma is real, even in the industry, but we keep fighting regardless. You are not giving some managerial jobs because of your technical background, but we move.
That's why.
I'll tell you something. In other places, again, this is from our interaction when we went to the General Electric factory. Yeah. Bernard, do you know one line they used to, one way of getting employees to GE? They have competitions they sponsor.
Okay.
They sponsor competitions held for high school students.
Right.
So the winners come and work with GE for a bit as part of their prize. And when you excel, you get retained. And it's something they've been doing for many years.
Right.
Because they believe that the schools are where you get these talented people.
Sure.
They may not have industry experience. So you give them an internship to build their muscle, build their knowledge, get them ready for the job market. So I think it's something we need to look at. If we say we want to industrialize and we want to go on this journey of getting Ghana to move up in status and in size and whatever, technical skills are needed. But we also can't train the people and not give them an opportunity to showcase what they've learned. So we need to find a way of drawing private sector in or the workspace, wiring that into their education. So when you are in your first internship, I believe, should not be when you are technical uni. No.
You know the funny thing? The guy on the platform here who has technical background has decided to sit out of the conversation.
The visual art man.
The guy who did visual art and then he then matured into OIC. He's now a big lawyer in town, but You know, when you come to your house, you can say, Bernard, your wall is not straight.
Yeah.
You
can check the tile and say it's not properly aligned.
His eye is like a measuring line.
Oh my God.
You know, I don't know why he doesn't want to talk about that. That visual art is good, technical education is good, because the skills it gives you. And would you say that because I did Jogger maths and Sky did visual art, he's been disadvantaged? Obviously not. He probably has a better perspective on issues than I do. So, Charlie, the key point, get the school you get, enforce, you know, push yourself and learn hard and do your best. Yeah, a few more comments.
This one says, remember, there's 6th March, Easter break and other holidays. The calendar will be changed again. So, and that's what somebody's speculating. Francis in Accra says, Ben, please check the calendar you are reading. The SHS2s vacated yesterday and are still on campus. They are resuming today as their exam scripts are not in and the assessment results have communicated to parents and students, but they are promoted. Okay, so you're saying that the scripts have not been graded and the results have not been communicated. Francis in Accra is saying so. We'll check. And
I need to check if it's the, you know, there are 2 schools. There's the transition school and a single track school. So I need to clarify whether this is in reference to another group of schools.
This one says, it's from Prince Henry in Kofredia. Do you know that as we speak, creative arts results have been released, but yet we are placing students? Why? Because creative arts results can have an effect on the total grading. So interesting thoughts there. Patrice is saying, in all these, are we thinking about the teachers? They are working continuously. How productive would they be for effectiveness? So that's also something.
Right.
That's also something the GES and the government needs to think about.
There are a number of other comments here as well. My name is Daniel. I am a librarian in one of the public universities. I went to secondary school in 2005. I had a passion for technical skills and engineering because growing up, I looked up to my electrician father and my big brother who was a mechanic. So I was going to do technical in secondary school and engineering in the university. The day I went to submit my chosen schools, I met one of the primary teachers in the headmaster's office and she convinced me to do business instead. These were her words. Smart boy like you want to go and do technical? Aren't you good in math? Do business. Bernard, I struggled with accounting and economics right from Form 1 first term. Today, I'm a librarian when I could have had a career in the technical field. As a country, we have over-glorified office jobs. We really need to give attention to TVET and make it attractive to younger ones, you say.
Quick correction, Bernard. SHS is now semester and not term. Thank you, Emmanuel. Things are changing. Things are not the same anymore. A couple of quick announcements, then I will move to something else. But let's read this last one.
Yes, Jumai in Nungwa says school placement this year is something else. It isn't fair at all. How can a child who gets grade 14 get her 4th choice, but grade 18 gets 2nd choice? The girls in my house have been crying since yesterday. Yeah, those are some of the issues.
Well, while you go about your day's business, you need to restore your energy at all times. And Lucozade is your ever energy-giving, great tasting energy drink out there. It's now sleeker, slimmer, 330 original ml can. So as you go about the day's business, do well to grab a sleek can of Lucozade and restore your energy. It's an advert that is approved by the FDA. And if you're looking forward to the perfect holiday getaway, join Global Wings Travel and Tour for a 7-day tour of Cape Town and Johannesburg. Celebrate Christmas in style with our exclusive package from December 24th to 31st this year. It's an incredible package. It includes a return ticket, 4 nights in Cape Town, 3 nights in Joburg, daily breakfast, Cape Town City Tour and table mounting with lunch, Stellenbosch, Wineland, internal flights, tickets, Johannesburg City, Soweto, Apartheid, airport transfer, all taxes, everything is included. So call or WhatsApp 055 3688 398 or 0550 188 181.
Oh, it's Apartheid Museum.
Apartheid Museum, I beg your pardon.
Because Apartheid,
By
the way, you were in Kenya last 2 weeks. What are you doing with that? When are you showing your thing today?
So, in fact, we'll start at 7 p.m. today.
You're starting what? what?
We'll start showing our episodes from Kenya.
Episode of what?
Episodes of Beyond Borders. Thank you.
Yeah, but you just
but you, okay, so
you chose St. Peter's first or second choice, third choice.
This thing I've told you, it will worry me.
And he chose.
I've told you this.
He chose general art first choice, second choice, third choice.
Why was it that even no man can win or something?
And they said this guy, even though he has qualified, the way he's choosing this, there's something.
Better stop that.
No, but better, you know Chris Senanu, right?
I know Chris.
He's a big man in Kenya. He said he went to Kenya on holiday and he's still on holiday. So he's been there for more than 3 decades. He's settled in Kenya. He is what Otunfo said to KNUST, to one of the most prestigious schools in Kenya.
Chancellor.
He's a chancellor of USIU.
Ghanaian.
Yes, he's a Ghanaian, and then he's a main investor in Mama Shanti. It's a Ghanaian restaurant where they serve Ghanaian food in Kenya. This is Kilimanjaro. No, that's not Kilimanjaro.
About 17 years ago,
wow.
in the students edition, he had come to Ghana to do something.
Yes,
he was then in Kenya talking about technology and digital growth.
Yes,
so he's a big man there.
No,
now.
He started a telco company in Kenya and sold it.
Okay,
he became like number 3 in Safaricom in Kenya. Safaricom is one of their big networks, like MTN here. Yes, and they
so
do
showing all of us on Beyond Borders.
Yes,
at 7 p.m.
It's amazing how I met him, Bernard. So I was looking for where to find Ghana food to eat in Kenya because the Kenyan food is some way. So
that,
oh man, they call it something ugali, nyamachoma.
You didn't like it.
Plenty things.
So you went to look for Ghana food.
I went looking for Ghana food. Then they served me the fufu and the fish.
Did it take a taste, right?
I was okay.
You take it like that.
I would take it like that. Given that I've been away, I didn't get the original.
You can't get Ghana quality fufu abroad.
Especially because then they train Kenyans to cook.
The has gone through the air.
I'm telling you. I was entering that, then the man came, he saw me. He said, the way you are eating these things,
like
you're from West Africa. Yeah, from Ghana. I said, oh, yes. I didn't even mind him. I was just eating my thing.
Okay.
Before I realized, this is the Cristiano himself.
Wow.
So it's a fascinating
So Beyond Borders airs today at 7
p.m.
on Channel 1 television.
Correct.
Sky, why don't you want to encourage people to do technical and vocational? Because a lot of students now I see a lot. Some students are complaining about their placement. They want their first choice. You dealt with that. But also courses, right? When I was in UP, everybody wanted to do science. And I think it's overrated, honestly. If I had done the course Nathan did, I would have been better off. Literature, geography, economics, French, you get it. So you did visual art, right? But I don't think you have any... In fact, when I was going to PSEC, in those days, there was this perception that the first course is science. The second is general art. And business. So business was becoming popular then. So business and general art, then agric science, then visual art is the last. Right. But some of my mates who are doing great things in the world, they did visual art. Kewa did visual art. Opoku Amu, he's a world-renowned trumpeter. I did visual art.
Wow.
One of my best guys, Abiu, he was actually the first president of our year group. He organized this big conference on sales. This is 3 months ago. Huge conference that had made. He did visual art.
Yeah.
He went to tech, and he got a first class. So sometimes we don't emphasize the visual arts because visual art. One of my friends, Daniel Foster Kokroko, solid guy, visual arts, right? So you did visual arts. You are not a Supreme Court. You are an officer of the court. So I think TVET also needs ambassadors.
Yeah, thank you. It's not like I didn't want to. I was dealing with some other matters engaging my attention elsewhere. Forgive me.
I thought you were escaping the discussion.
No. You know, I mean, as for my background, I would glorify it any day because I can't choose anything else over it.
And you were an entertainment prefect.
Exactly. All these things brought.
But why was your shorts too tight? Was it because you were older than? Because I saw some shirt. Your shirt. Now you bought for the shirt.
I was poverty. Because the shirt. You know, you have to be updated.
But you were your age mate. You are not grown.
Yeah, that's right.
But you look grown. You know, your age group is actually your year group.
Yes.
But you look older. Is it because you were? You look big.
No, it's a poverty. So the head, they give you a different information. And then the trouble the Nika Boka I was wearing, somebody gave it to me. So everything
thank you.
Yeah. So everything was in misalignment.
Talk to me about visual art.
Yeah, I honestly think that, you see, we need to find a proper balance between having the general, academics, arts, the economics and all of these things, and then also the technical side of things. Because when it comes down to it, building a nation, you need people who will be thinking of how to make it happen, and people who would actually make it happen.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Because you can have all the fine lawyers around, laying the law down in black and white. But if you don't have people who build to precision as to give effect to the law, then there'll be a problem. I think that is where we are. We have de-emphasized the training of plumbers, the training of woodworkers,
tilers,
the carpenters,
masons.
the tilers, the masons. We are de-emphasizing that and going after the degrees, because at the end of the day, yes, you have the degree, but what can you build with it?
Thank you.
So parents should actually notice this shift, that all these big countries we talk about, the US, Canada, Germany, you hear how much a plumber is earning, you get blown away. Because exactly, because you see, they are very critical for the development of that country. You may have your general arts or maybe a degree in literature and blah blah blah, but when it comes down to building the pipeline that takes sewage out of your home, somebody has got to go in there and build it, and it is premium price that is paid for that. So parents should not shy away from the technical space of things, because it is a critical mass. It's an area for building the critical mass of our people that would help to actually propel the growth of this country. So when I hear people say, they say you should go and do TVET education and you don't want to do it, and they call me, my first position is always that, look, what are the options on the table? Don't let people mislead you into thinking that it is a bad call for your future. No, it is not a bad call, because I did visual arts. And that has not stopped me from becoming a radio presenter, a journalist, a newspaper reporter, and now a lawyer, and doing many other things. These days, I have found, love with artificial intelligence. It's not like these things are, they move away from the core dream. Everything is working together.
Always become what you want to be.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it is about leaning on the right skills at the right time. And the diversity of skills available to you is what ultimately will make you a better human being. If you grow up thinking that the only thing that matters is, what is English literature, and that is what it is, there are basic things that you need to do in the home. There are basic things that you need to do in the office. And there are things that, in fact, knowing about the technical side of life would even help you to better appreciate the foundations of grammar, the foundations of literature. You understand why certain things are the way they are. You understand? So, previously, for instance, in the area of mathematics, we didn't take math seriously. We said, Charlie, it was too difficult, blah, blah, blah. But now you're reading artificial intelligence, and when they tell you about coding and related issues, data science and all the things coming together, you realize that, there are things that you can draw on if you have the basic knowledge in that particular space. So I think that, first of all, people who are in the business of putting down technical courses, they should stop it. Because trust me, you can speak all the big English you have gone to learn at Legon or KNUS or whichever school that you've been to. But when it comes down to it, it's a question of what you can produce, what you can fix. Of course, you can think and generate ideas that will guide the technical people to produce things. But that does not mean that the people who are actually producing that which you are thinking are not worthy men in society. So I reject completely. I remember those days when we were in our visual art schools. People would be laughing at you. Because mostly we were under the trees. We were and then
doing your leather work.
Exactly.
And
we were
like
under
that.
some dilapidated
It's always
story
dilapidated.
building.
I don't understand.
Charlie, our chairs, basabi like that. But look, all of those things have not made me worse off, in my respectful view. I think I draw on all of these experiences wherever I find myself. So if you are a little, boy or little girl listening to me, in fact, sometimes you come to realize that after all the degrees you have earned in all of these arts, what do you call it? The other side of
What
art.
to be making you the money is the technical skill you have.
Technical skill that you have. You know, people get amazed. Sometimes I go to like these clients, and then these big boys and big girls, I go into their spaces and I tell them, look, this thing, they didn't do it properly. So it has to be done A, B, C, D, and this is how you have to do it. That earns you some money on the side. And then it also ensures that you are doing referrals. And where you do referrals, you know, the person you have referred also gives... Exactly. It is something I can go into as full-time consultancy, trying to solve some of these problems. You understand? So the point is, there's this... let me give you a classic example. There's this guy who I got in touch with some time ago. His Michael Eche. Previously, he was in the space of software engineering, right? Building softwares, dealing with security protocols for people in the IT space and all of that, and working with, you know, an established, you know, white-collar institution within that particular space. And then at some point, he discovered, I think he said that he went to the boss's home and then realized that they had done something, you know, some kitchen stuff that he looked at and said, oh, this thing, he could redo it in a way that was more suitable for the purpose. And then one of the bosses in the office asked him, are you sure you can do this? He said, okay, then come to my home and do my kitchen for me. I think he did it. The first one wasn't as good. But he went deep into researching around how to build modern furniture using these already made boards, wooden boards and all of that. And one thing led to the other. Now he is easily one of the biggest producers of kitchen cabinets, interior, all of these things. The company name is Pem Madeira.
Okay, Pem Madeira.
Yeah, Pem Madeira.
Pem Madeira.
Yeah, P-E-M Madeira. Okay. Madeira in Spanish, I understand, means wood or something to that effect, or Italian, one of them. But Pem is an acronym meaning something else.
Okay.
The point I'm making is that, and he tells me, I mean, he's done some things for people I know and myself. He tells me that he has been able to become this big, leaning on the technical drawing that he learned. Right? And then also researching deep into how these things are done elsewhere, using opportunities provided by YouTube and related spaces. And then also leaning on his engineering skills within the IT space. You understand? So all of those things have come together. He's not sitting in a banking hall, collecting money, serving as a teller, or becoming the advisor on ABCD.
Which jobs you are told AI is even threatening.
Exactly. And he's making so much happen within that particular space. Transforming homes, transforming offices, and getting money properly compensated for it. So the point I'm making is that he could have decided that he would stay and do what he was doing with, of course, he still does his computer-related stuff. Right. But the point I'm making, and people, if you want one of the best people who does interior stuff like that, you should call Pem Madeira. You can look for them on online. The point I'm making is that don't let your kids be, if you like, persuaded into believing that these technical courses mean nothing. Please reject that.
Yes.
Because I am a living example. The fact that I come from that background has not in any way undermined what I currently do. Now, in fact, it fortifies that which I do presently.
Completely.
So I encourage you, little students, little whatever, please, the view, when you are given the opportunity, do it. And in fact, that is why in some countries, they even start with the technical aspect of things from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So they assess the kids. They know that, oh, these ones might be good for all the long English that you can read.
Yeah.
These ones might be good at building things.
Yeah.
So give them the skills from the very beginning. And these days, robotics and all of these things, they are all the technical aspect of things. So let's encourage the kids to go into these spaces so that we can build Ghana. You go to somebody's home and the building is like that, because we've not trained the people properly to appreciate what it means to do things in a straight line.
Sky, thanks for adding your voice to this one. We'll just take a very quick break. Just to add though that the TVET thing is expensive. And I think that government and all stakeholders must invest in properly retooling and equipping these institutions, because some of the schools, if you go there and you look at how technical the thing is, you look at some of the infrastructure, the equipment that the students are using, it can be demotivating, you know, and the few that may be very good may also be expensive. So I think that we need to look at that.
A quick second. You know, JSS, when originally started, it had a very rich technical component.
Yes, oh yeah.
We're carrying technical, whatever, drawing
boards. We did our drawing board.
We're doing carpentry. We're doing clay and all of these things. Somehow, this thing appears to have either faded out or we allowed it to die as a matter of policy. I don't know what happened in that space.
We did more of the drawing part.
Yeah, that is so.
We did less of the building part.
Yeah, you see, we need to actually get back to the drawing board on these matters, because if you are able to build them like that from the very beginning, they come to realize that, look, it is not bad after all.
Yeah,
it is not bad. It takes a lot of brilliance to put a big ball of clay on a potter's wheel and then center it. When they say center, you bring all your faculties to play. Balance all of these things to make sure that the clay is rolling on top of the potter's wheel in a cylindrical form and it's stable.
Thank you.
Like, so that if you put a straight line, you can draw a straight line on it.
And it will be perpendicular.
Charlie, so please, anyway, we have to do something. I beg you, please, let's get the kids involved.
Yeah. It's an important point to make. Now, one of the skills you have to also get is your ability to get good insight from data for your decision making. If you are looking forward to that skill, join the data analytics and AI revolution and empower your team to work smart, save time, and deliver insight from data using the world's most powerful business tools: Microsoft Excel, Power BI, ChatGPT, Copilot. Finex Skills Hub offers hands-on practical training to corporates and individuals in data analytics, Excel and Power BI, leveraging AI tools like Copilot and ChatGPT to help you improve productivity at the office. So reach out to Finex Skills Hub on 0244 782 356 or visit our website www.finexskillshub.com. Sign up for your corporate and individual training sessions. Finex Skills Hub, learn, connect, and grow. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ghana Standards Authority, presents the 13th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards. The theme is navigating the uncertainties of our business landscape to sustain productivity. It's happening on Wednesday, 20th of November 2024. 6 p.m. is the time at the Accra International Conference Center. Our major sponsors are Guel, Rona Motors, Olam Agri, GCB Bank, B5 Plus, Promasidor, GB Foods, Ghana Gas Company, Activa International Insurance, Gatsam, Softcare FM, Manufacturing Company, Petrosol, and Welma. Our co-sponsors include Casa Preco, Coca-Cola, Accra Brewery, Guinness, Ghana Brewery, Sleek Garments, Arcadia Industries, ATL, among others. For tickets, call 024-449-9101, 024-499-101. Be part of this excitement. So we'll take a quick break. When we are back, more exciting conversations for you.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Attention CEOs, join Ghana's top 1,000 CEOs, policymakers, political leaders, and ambassadors for the first Ghana CEO Presidential Manifesto Gala Dinner 2024 on November 7, 2024 at the Mervyn Pig Hotel, Accra from 6 to 10:30 p.m. This historic event will focus on reigniting the business economy and social contract for growth, a business manifesto for political accountability and sustainable development. Special guests of honor include His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Vice President of Ghana, and His Excellency John John Dramani Mahama, former president of Ghana. Attendance is by invitation and requires pre-registration. Register at ceogaladina.conetworkgh.com. For inquiries, contact 0546-391-970 or email ceogaladina@gmail.com. This event is powered by Chief Executives Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, University of Ghana, SIGA, GIPC, UPSA Law, and the Multimedia Group. The first Ghana CEO Presidential Manifesto Gala Dinner 2024, connecting political ambitions with business realities.
Charlie, awesome is what you see and appreciate. Switch to Samsung Galaxy A06 fast and enjoy vibrant and expanded display. Buy them now from authorized shops.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017. One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other 2 are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Bawku on December 7th.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Bawku. Bawku means business. Esro.
You play me, I play you. A stage play written by Efo Kojumagbe.
Mother, you not pay me you. I didn't run. I said it's 150 Ghana cedis. That's 15,000 naira. From just this place to this place, you say 150. I took you from Tema to Cantonment.
Join Jonalyn Tatia Ghana, Brain Jota Nigeria, Clemento Shores Ghana, and Adra Olins Lindsay, adopted Nigerian, for a night of laughter, drama, and great moments at the National Theatre on 8 November 2024 for 2 shows at 4 p.m. first show and 8 p.m. second show, and the Bawku Boxing Arena on 9 November 2024 at 7 p.m. for one unforgettable show. To purchase ticket, simply dial *713 *33 *10# or visit africaartsnetwork.com or go to the various locations: Airport Shell, Bachana Total, Roxwache, and Silverbird Cinemas Accra Mall. For more information, call 0541 234 586. You Play Me, I Play You is powered by Africa Arts Network in collaboration with Challenging Heights.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Efia, I've been thinking. Have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS. And now, she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The MPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
Be awesome and switch to Samsung Galaxy A06. It's affordable yet powerful. Visit your nearest shop and buy now.
When Champions Gather 2020. In a world filled with uncertainty and shifting beliefs, where do we find truth? The answer is closer to you than you think. From Thursday, 31st October till Sunday, 3rd November, KICC Ghana presents When Champions Gather 2024 Conference at the KICC Dominion Center off Spintex Road. Our guest ministers teaching and demonstrating the power and truth of God's word are Reverend Steve Mensah, Charismatic Evangelistic Ministries, Prophet Christopher Yao Ano, ICGC Holy Ghost Temple, Pastor Dipo Oluyomi, KICC UK. Our host is Pastor Andy Yolson. Mark your calendars from Thursday 31st October and Friday 1st November at 6:30 p.m. each night, and Sunday 3rd November 8 a.m. at KICC Dominion Center. Remember, you shall know the truth, and it is the truth that will set you free.
For inquiries, please call 0243 69 0071.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 14 after 9. We're about to have a very important conversation that's very critical to all of us, so pay attention. We're talking about a heavy metal that is said to be neurotoxin. Look, it reduces the IQ of children when mothers are exposed to it. I'm talking about lead exposure in ambient environment. We have friends from the EPA and the Accra School of Hygiene, Water and Environmental Engineer. So these two gentlemen are friends from the EPA, Lovely Sapon, Deputy Director, Environmental Protection Agency, and Peter Dinko. Okay, you are the tutor at the Accra School of Hygiene.
Yes.
And you're a Water and Environment Engineer.
Yes.
Good. So we'll get into this thing we call lead exposure shortly, but welcome to the studio, says.
Thank you.
Good to have you. And so what's lead exposure, first of all?
Okay, let me say good morning to your listeners. First, I would want to let us know what lead is, and then I would go to lead exposure.
Okay.
Lead, as you correctly said, is a heavy metal. It occurs as an ore, so it's in the environment.
Right.
So normally, it's a naturally occurring element, and it's found in a number of applications because of its characteristics.
Okay.
It's malleable. It can be pulled into strings. It is heavy, dense, and all that. Because of these peculiar characteristics, it can be found in so many applications.
Okay.
One of the commonest applications you can find them in is in your car batteries,
Okay.
the wet batteries.
Mm.
You can find them as cartridges for shooting game.
Oh.
You can. It's used.
So when they shoot that current here,
You can find them in it if
Wow.
if the cartridge contains lead. It can also be found in paint if the paint is produced from lead. And it can at the X-ray room there, lead is what is used to prevent the radiation from reaching the untargeted places.
Okay.
So it's found in a number of applications.
what about paints?
Paints sometimes contain lead. It's because the shiny color and the beautiful color that you find in the paint, especially oil paints, is from a lead compound. But as we go on, we'll explain what the interventions we have made regarding paint, so
Right.
that we'll know what we have done.
So
with
how
it.
do
But
we get exposed to lead?
That's what I was coming to.
Right.
So once the lead gets into once it gets into your system, these areas I've mentioned, like the lead paint, peeling paint. Once you're exposed to peeling paint and it gets into your system, or the environment, contaminated environment, you take a substance that is contaminated with lead, or the ambient air, if there are lead particles and you inhale. So either by inhalation or by ingestion, once it gets into your system, it can be accumulated and will be gradually released to cause harm to your system.
So how does lead poisoning happen? At what point do we say there's lead poisoning?
Okay.
You want him to go on mine?
Any of you, actually.
So let him take it out.
All right. So because of the bioaccumulative property of lead, when it gets into your body, it does not get excreted easily.
Okay.
So what happens is that whatever you eat, it accumulates. It keeps accumulating in your body, and there is no acceptable level of lead. There is no permissible level. Lead at the smallest level is still harmful.
It's destructive.
Yes. So when you take it, it accumulates in your system, and then as you keep taking it, it keeps accumulating. Like it has a bioaccumulative property. So for example, if a fish has taken, let's say, 10 molecules of lead, a smaller fish, in the lifetime of that fish, it takes like 100 molecules of that lead. A bigger fish swallows the big fish. That is 100 molecules. So in the lifetime of the bigger fish, it also takes, let's say, 1,000 fishes. That would be like 100,000 molecules.
Wow.
Then the human being takes one of that fish. You can imagine the molecules of lead that has been consumed at the time.
A bit more on that also.
Yes, so that's exactly what you have said. So because it biomagnifies, once you are a bigger organism and you take a lot more of the smaller organism which is exposed to lead, the level will be higher in you.
Right.
But as you said, you were asking about poisoning.
Yeah.
Once it gets into your system and it begins to affect you negatively, it's beginning to affect your health negatively, you are saying that you've been poisoned.
Okay.
And then it affects you in so many ways.
So when one gets poisoned by lead, what are some of the signs and effects?
So it's one of the first signs is especially for children is delayed growth.
Delayed growth.
Delayed growth and delayed development. But because you said you rightly said it's a neurotoxin, any part that the nervous system affects is affected. So it affects your brain, it affects your kidney, it affects your heart, it affects your digestive system, and it can become one area which is so critical is that, especially for children, some children are truant in school. You think that they are not smart because the lead affects their IQ. They are unable to understand what is being taught correctly.
I see.
And naturally, they lose interest in school. And actually, lead also makes you very irritative. So you easily become things irritate you easily. Wow. And so he comes to school, or not, they don't understand what you're teaching, and you also try to. Then they get angry, so they would become truant. And so it has a far-reaching impact on our economy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are some of the regulatory measures we've put in place? I'm talking safety standards regarding lead, because until you mentioned these, most of us never knew. How are you protecting us, EPA?
So for EPA, we would have to start from the top, where areas where we are likely to get exposure. I mentioned first with regard to the recycling of the used lead-acid batteries. As you know, every activity is supposed to get an environmental permit. And so once you have established a recycling facility, you get an environmental permit, and you're supposed to put in measures to ensure that the environment and human health doesn't suffer from your activity. So that's one. We have developed a guideline that helps the recyclers to be able to manage this product right from the time of picking the batteries to developing the legging rod such that they are not exposed. That is for the recycled batteries. With regard to paint, which I mentioned is also another source of lead. Paint previously was produced with lead compounds. Now we have banned the use of lead compounds in paint and have developed a standard. The previous standard was 600 parts per million. Now, local in Ghana, it is illegal to produce paint with lead level beyond 90 ppm. The 90 ppm is not, what it means is that you cannot use a lead compound in your product at all, your paint at all. So the 90 ppm will be perhaps from the, as a contaminant in the environment. So it's lead compounds in paint has been banned.
Okay.
And the next one is to raise awareness.
Okay.
To raise awareness to the general public so that children should be prevented from eating peeling paint and all that. When they go, it could be in the soil. So when they go out and play, they should come wash their hands before they eat and all that. Yes.
Interesting. So strategies individuals and communities can adopt to reduce lead exposure. Throw some more light on this one for me.
Yes. So we advise parents to prevent their children from going to places that have been contaminated with lead. For example, places that have been used for a dumping site or was used previously for a dumping site, because normally, because the lead has a very low melting point, whenever something is bent, the lead is likely to be released into the soil. So when the children go there, they are likely to pick it up.
Right.
And then we also advise that you don't allow grazing animals to go to dumping sites to feed.
Hey.
Because when they get there, they pick up these smaller particles of lead.
Right.
And then those things are kept into their body.
For a
And when
long
we
time.
eat the meat,
Wow.
yes. And then when the soil is also contaminated, the lead is able to be washed by runoff water into nearby surface water bodies. It can also percolate into groundwater. So when it moves into surface water bodies, it means that vegetable farmers are likely to use it for irrigation. Yes, so we always also advise that vegetable farmers should not use water just from the gutter to irrigate.
Wow. It appears that we all have some work to do to reduce our exposure to lead. So what's your final call to action to all of us?
My call to action is that we should be each other's keeper, especially with the children, as I mentioned. They are very close to my heart. So we should try as much as possible to prevent our children from being exposed to lead from the areas we've mentioned,
Right.
especially when you're going to buy paint.
Right.
Make sure that you find out whether the paint contains lead or not.
Right.
And buy non-leaded paint. Very, very important.
Thank you very much for this public education. It's been eye-opening. Grateful that you passed through. Loveless Sapong is Deputy Director, Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. And then Peter Dinko is a tutor at the Accra School of Hygiene. He's a water and environment engineer. Gentlemen, thank you for passing through.
Thank you, Caleb.
Excellent. It's 25 after 9. Escape the holiday hustle and bustle with your loved ones for an incredible experience to Dubai and Nairobi with Copan Hospitality from 20th to 27th December for just $1,650. The package includes visa, accommodation, tour activities, airline tickets, Copan travel card, which offers you discounts at partner hotels, eateries, insurance, and fashion outlets. Don't miss out on this opportunity to close the year with memories to last you a lifetime. For more details, call Copan Hospitality on 026-234-9886, 055-696-5924. Get in touch with us on all social media platforms at Copan Hospitality. Copan Hospitality Tourism at its best. Now, Ghana's #1 property website, Mikasa.com, is back with the biggest housing event in Ghana, the Mikasa Home and Property Fair 2024. If you are looking to buy your first or next home, an investment property, genuine land, get expert advice on your home ownership journey, then this is the fair for you. Come and meet over 50 of Ghana's seasoned developers, speak to mortgage providers, home improvement retailers, join in enlightening and relevant conversations within the real estate industry, all for free. Look out for the seminars on the topics: how to select the perfect property for an Airbnb short-let investment, what to do to protect your land in Ghana, led by industry professionals. Bring their children along also for a fun day at the Kids Arena, and don't miss out on an exclusive deal and souvenirs. A date is 2nd and 3rd November 2024. The venue is the cozy insides of the Mervyn Pick Ambassador Hotel. Time is 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. To register and attend for free, visit mikasa.com/fair. To exhibit at the fair, call 050-168-0737. Send us an email, info@mikasa.com. Mikasa is spelled with a Q. The Mikasa Home and Property Fair 2024 is proudly headline sponsored by Gold Key Properties and Clifton Homes as platinum sponsors. Our media partner, Citi FM Channel 1 TV. Mikasa.com, Ghana's #1 property website. Now, this Christmas, if you're thinking about home appliances, I want to help make your hassle free. I bought a blender recently that gave me problems because apparently it was a food processor. It was plenty in my eyes and I was struggling to handle the thing. People were just destroying me. But Martin Asiedu, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent. You are the cluster manager for Accra stores.
Yes.
And you are representing Electromat Ghana.
Yes.
Bro, Christmas is coming.
Yes, yes.
And we need to buy, things. So
Definitely.
what have you got for us, my brother?
See, as always, Electromat is out with the best offers for our customers during this festivities.
Right. So what are the offers? I'm told you are doing the Rewards Bonanza campaign. Tell me about it and how customers can participate.
The Reward Bonanza is a major... Sorry. The Reward Bonanza is a major... Sorry. The Reward Bonanza is a major promotional event where customers get up to 60% off on our major product, as well as win a voucher worth up to 5,000 Ghana cedis, as well as free gift as well.
Wow.
So to participate, you just need to walk to our showroom and shop.
Wow. What are the types of products that are included in this Reward Bonanza? Do you have ACs, fridges? What exactly?
The campaign covers a whole range of
products.
Home appliances, yes.
Okay.
It comes with ACs, washing machines,
Wow.
TVs,
Yes.
yes, laptops, a whole bunch. So
I like it. So how much can customers save during the promo and what kind of free gifts are available?
the customers can save up to 60% on selected products.
Okay.
As in addition to the discount, they can win up to 5,000 Ghana cedis worth of voucher.
That's exciting.
Yes, as well as a branded souvenirs from us as well.
Yes. You have some gift voucher offer you're also giving to your customers. Tell me about it.
So as part of our Reward Bonanza promo, customers are encouraged to get 5,000 worth of voucher where
Okay.
they can use for future purchases.
Okay.
So when you buy anything worth from 10,000 to 19,999, you get a 500 cedis worth of voucher.
Mm.
From 20,000 to 29,999, you get 1,000 cedis worth of voucher. And when you buy anything from 30,000 to 49,999,
Mhm.
you get 2,000 CDs worth of voucher.
That's
As
nice.
well as 50,000 and above, you
Mhm.
get 5,000 CDs.
My God.
Voucher for free.
That's exciting. Now, where are you located? Is it happening at all Electromat locations, and how long will this run?
Yes, this campaign, we are participating in all our Electromat stores across the country.
Okay.
And the campaign will run from now to the end of December.
Oh, nice.
Till stock lasts.
Yes. That's exciting. So from now to the end of December, you're running this campaign with amazing rewards. And so tell me some of the top products that customers can expect to find during this campaign.
Customers can expect to find top quality products such as LG,
Okay.
Samsung,
Right.
Black & Decker, Philips, Orient, Infinix, HP, and many more.
Wow, that's a nice one. So what sets the Rewards Bonanza apart from other sales promotions that are happening, this festive period? Everyone is doing promo here and there. Why is yours different?
The Reward Bonanza offers the highest discount available in the market,
Okay.
with up to 60% off on our product,
Mm.
as well as with a chance to win the 5,000 cedis worth of voucher,
Bro.
with free gift as well,
Chale.
depending on your purchase.
Chale.
So this promo is the best.
I like
best.
it. I like
It's simply the best.
I love
offer
it.
available.
You see, there's some fruit they use two hands to open like this.
Yes,
It's
side
like
by side.
it has gate to heaven.
Yes.
That one, you have some.
We have a lot.
It's big.
Very.
Yeah.
We have a whole range of refrigerators available.
I like that one.
We have a whole range.
I like that one some.
Yes, you can walk into.
I will pass by.
You have to pass by.
I will come and
you
take
have
it.
to pass by.
I remember the first time I bought my first fridge. I was so happy, man. But thank you, Martin Esiedu. You are the cluster manager for Accra Stores Electromat. You're putting together a wonderful reward bonanza campaign from now all the way to the end of Christmas. So many home appliances up for grabs. Thank you for letting us know. We will make sure we empty your stores before December.
Thanks for having me.
Good. So that was Martin Esiedu, his cluster manager for Accra Stores. Yes, moms, is finally here. The news we've all been waiting for. Your favorite Cerelac now comes in a new variant with a combined goodness of wheat and maize, grains fortified with iron, vitamins and minerals. And guess what? This new Cerelac wheat and maize comes at an affordable price of only 2 Ghana cedis per sachet. To prepare this new Cerelac wheat and milk, just add milk. In fact, Cerelac we here the milk. Cerelac care for them. Count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Now, January 2025 admissions are in progress at the Heritage Christian University Colleges at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. They are accredited by GTech. They have both graduate and undergrad programs, and there's a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. Call 020-229-8399 or visit hcuc.edu.gh to find out more. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. And the luckiest is here. Luck is a life-changing event, and we believe everyone deserves a shot at it. So you have to dial *712# and get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances are of winning. Luck is on its way to you and your community, so stay sharp. The luckiest luck is everywhere.
Sharp. Now picture this. You're lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath you, and the lights probably is also off. A reminder of shortcuts and compromises. Your comfort and well-being should never have been compromised. That's why we at Latest Phone prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. You wake up rejuvenated and ready to take on the world. That's Latex Foam's promise. So invest in your well-being. Choose Latex Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. Latex Foam is your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. Call us on 0302-231-155 or 0302-008-499. Online, visit us www.latestfoamghana.com. There's a new book in town on concise law of banking. When we are back, we'll tell you more about that and some of your thoughts through WhatsApp. We share all that with you. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Wafa, send us money to take care of your nephews. Now they are back from school.
Last month, I sent you guys money. What happened to all that?
Wafa, the challenges with the free SHS has taken all the money. I send the boys money weekly to buy food to eat because of the feeding challenges confronting their school. Aside that, they are back in the house on vacation due to the double track traffic light system. And now I have to look for money to enroll them in private classes.
Baba, I understand your frustrations. Thankfully, the next NDC government under John Mahama will maintain and improve the free SHS program to make it work.
How will that be done?
The double track system will be abolished. A dedicated source of funding will be provided. Private SHS will be added.
Wow.
Food procurement will be decentralized and the quality of learning outcomes improved.
This will be a huge relief for us as parents and even for our wards in senior high school.
Exactly. That is why you must tell your friends to vote for the Mahama-led NDC come December 7th.
Wafa, no shaking cry. We have already advised ourselves. Who doesn't want quality?
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
This is a special security announcement. Trellador, Africa's strongest burglar proofing, announces big discounts on all sliding security barriers, roller shutters, and clear guards to protect homes and offices from criminals. Trellador is fighting rising prices by offering big savings and lower prices. Be safe, secure your premises. Google Trellador or call 0561 24 24 24. Trellador, Africa's strongest burglar proofing.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignifying. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us at lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Hello, boss. I just drove out of your premises. I've called you several times. Boss, I beg.
I gave you an opportunity to present your proposal with your financial statements. You didn't. If we approve and request for an invoice, that will take you another month, eh? You couldn't even provide receipts from the last job. My brother, we have given the contract to someone else who promptly furnished us with what we needed. Get serious.
Yehoah.
Don't be caught in this mess ever again. Restart with Build. Build provides businesses with a comprehensive accounting software with features that make your bookkeeping, accounting, tax, and payroll functions seamless. Our support team is always available to assist and respond to all your inquiries. Log on to www.build.africa and sign up. Call 030-80-4007 or 0303-974-832 for more information. Build. Bookkeeping made simple. Results made extraordinary.
What happens when ancient days meets modernity? What happens when a goddess wakes up in an era of digital chaos? Witness the epic battle between the past and the present. Catch the intrigue and suspense in Amwanime's era, a brand new epic telenovela showing Mondays to Fridays on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and Go TV channel 102. Available on DSTV Access and Go TV Plus. Dial *759# to stay connected.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Ghana's biggest housing event, the Mikasa Home and Property Fair, is here. Whether you're looking to buy an elegant house, a cozy apartment, or genuine land, come and meet over 50 top developers, home loan specialists, home improvement specialists, and get personalized expert advice on your home ownership journey. Also, join in informative and stimulating seminars with industry experts and get the chance to network all for free. Date, 2nd and 3rd November 2024. Venue, Movenpick Ambassador Hotel. Time, 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. each day. Attendance is absolutely free. Headline sponsor, Gold Key Properties. Platinum sponsor, Clifton Homes. Media partner, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. To exhibit at the fair, contact us on 050-168-0737 or info@mikasa.com. Mikasa.com, Ghana's #1 property website.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 42 after 9. I have an amazing personality joining me in the studio to talk about the launch of her book, Concise Law of Banking. I'm talking about none other than the Vice President of the Women's Forum Ghana Bar Association, Senior Consultant of ALC Law Consult, a law firm here in Accra. She's the Executive Director of Institute for Law and Development, and she's also the President of Hope Agape Ministry, Reverend Mrs. Nana Keja Apia Edu. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning, Caleb.
It's refreshing to have you in our studio this morning.
Very much, Caleb.
Interesting. So how do you do all this? Vice President, Women's Forum, Ghana Bar Association, Senior Consultant, ALC, Executive Director, President of Hope Agape. Who is Reverend Mrs. Nana Keja Apia Edu?
Okay, so I'm a lawyer by profession and I'm a minister of the gospel. So after qualifying as a lawyer, I started my legal career with the Bank of Ghana. Initially, I worked with the Human Resource Department and then I moved to the legal department. But as part of my duties, I was asked to teach banking law at the Bank of Ghana Training School. And I had studied banking law at the university and I had taken elective subjects in the law of credit and security, both for the LLB and LLM.
Right.
And I enjoyed them very much, so I enjoyed teaching.
Okay.
So it was when I taught at the training school that I realized that I enjoyed
You really
teaching.
do enjoy
yes,
teaching.
Yes, I did. So eventually I was presented with the opportunity of taking an early retirement and taking a package. So I decided to take it and to join the Ghana School of Law as a lecturer.
Right.
So at the Ghana School of Law, the first year I taught law of contracts. I was asked to prepare course materials for a banking law course, which was going to be started the next year. That was in 2004.
Wow.
So I did that, and in 2004, I started teaching this newly introduced program.
Right.
And eventually, 2017, I decided to move on from the Ghana School of Law.
Right.
Yes, to focus on other things, including legal research, and I also joined ALC Law Consults as a senior consultant.
Right.
Then Institute of Law and Development was established to promote development in Africa through legal research and training.
And this is where you are the Executive Director?
Yes, that's where I'm the
So you established it?
I established it. But we have team members who are other lawyers in Ghana. We have some lawyers in Europe and some in the US as well.
And then you are the President of Hope Agape Ministry?
Yes. So Hope Agape Ministry is a ministry that focuses on youth evangelism, youth training, and youth development. So on Sundays, we go to the streets at Osu to minister to the drug addicts who are there. When they are ready to be rehabilitated, we take them to Rema. We do schools outreach. We go to schools to mentor the young people and encourage them in their education. We do prisons ministry as well. Yes, so we do many things.
That's a full package.
Yes.
Now let's get to the book, right? I mean, of all the areas in law, why did you decide to focus on banking? And you've written this book titled Concise Law of Banking. Is it because you really enjoyed that subject when you took it as an elective?
Well, I enjoyed it when I took it as an elective. I taught it at the Bank of Ghana Training School.
Right.
I lectured it for so many years at the Ghana School of Law.
Right.
And I kept on getting requests for copies of my notes from students, former students, colleague lawyers. And so I thought, why don't I compile my notes into a book? And not just my notes, but I went further. I did more research to add the laws of other jurisdictions. So what I did was I took the law of Ghana, compared it to similar laws in other jurisdictions, and tried to make it as practical as possible. So it's not just an academic book, but it's also practical for anybody who wants to learn more about banking law.
I'm flipping through the pages. This is a 390 plus book.
That's right.
And the print is really good. The finish is solid.
Thank
Who are
you.
your publishers? What are some of the topics you cover in this book?
Okay, so the publisher is a local one called Ace Publisher, actually, and this is a company which I formed.
I see.
Because my husband is a prolific writer, so
Interesting.
I have been publishing his books
what's
for
his
him.
name? Let's celebrate him.
He's Professor Kweku Apia-Idu.
Interesting.
Yes, so I have been publishing his books. But then they were produced by Amazon, so they are also available on Amazon.
Wonderful.
So published by Ace Publisher and printed by Amazon.
Fantastic. So what are some of the topics you cover in this book?
So, as I said before, banker-customer relationship, it's very important.
Right.
And that's why I think everybody who has a bank account needs to get a book like this, because it makes you know your rights and responsibilities as a bank customer.
Right.
Very often, bank customers have all kinds of challenges. They don't know where to go. I mean, a while ago, somebody came to me. Money had been taken out of her account. She knew nothing about it. And according to her, she approached the bank, and the bank said, well, they could just refund half of the money. They wouldn't. You see, but the law says that a forged or unauthorized debit from a customer's account is not operative unless the customer has been complicit or the customer has been negligent.
Right.
So this was a case where she had not been complicit, she had not been negligent, but the bank says, well, we can't pay you back your money, we'll give you just half.
Wow.
So I drew her attention to that part of the law.
Right.
A letter was written to the bank, they paid back her money.
Wow.
And that is because she had advice.
Right. And she knew her rights.
That's right. She was instructed as to her rights. So I think everybody needs it. Money laundering.
Money
It's
laundering.
a very serious issue now.
Yeah, chapter 14.
So we deal with that, especially for corporate bodies. They
Right.
need to understand, because you can find yourself money laundering without even knowing that you're doing it.
Right.
So at least this book gives an outline.
I see you have a chapter on electronic banking
That
as
is
well,
right. That
as
is
well
right.
as checks.
Yes.
And then bank payment cards,
That is right.
offshore banking, credit reporting, borrowing and lending in banking, documentary credits,
Yes.
and all of that. Wow, that's an impressive
Thank you very much, Caleb.
body of work you've put
Thank you,
together.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
How long
much,
did it take
Caleb.
you to put this together when you officially decided to do this?
I would say it took me 7 years.
Wow.
But my problem was I wasn't very focused initially. I would
No, you're
write
making
for a
money
while.
elsewhere. You have more things to do.
I'll write for a while and then
Yes.
I'll put it down.
Yes.
And then I'll come back. And when I came back,
Yes.
sometimes the laws would have changed. So I'd have to start all over again.
All right.
And then also I had a few health issues. I had a few eye surgeries.
Right.
So during that time, I couldn't do much.
Right.
And so it took a lot of persistence and, of course, pushing from my husband and my children. They kept on asking, Mommy, when will you finish writing your books?
Nice.
And here we are today.
We are grateful you didn't give up.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for doing this. So who needs to get a copy of this book?
So as I said before, bank customers, banking professionals, other professionals who deal with banking and finance,
Right.
lawyers, students, lecturers, researchers, every educational institution must have copies of this book in their library.
So how can we get access to the book?
Well, come
Where
to
can
the
we
book
get
launch tomorrow.
Okay.
And then after the book launch, there'll be copies of the books in most of the major bookstores. Legon Bookstore will have it, Kingdom Books and Stationery as well,
Right.
EPP.
Right.
And then give us a call. My
Okay.
number will be available, and then we can send you one if you
Super.
need one.
But where's the book launch though?
It's going to be at the EcoBank head office at Ridge
Okay.
tomorrow at 5:30 p.m.
It's open to all of us.
Oh, yes, it's open. But then please register.
Okay.
Yes, that's
How do we do
important.
that?
There's a link. I'll let you have it so you can share it. But
Super.
it's shared on the internet.
Very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
So, what word of advice or encouragement do you have for persons who have thought about writing books but have not gathered the courage to do so, or but are too busy or dealing with some of life's complications?
Outline what you want to write. That is the first thing.
Okay.
So for me, for example, it was banking law, concise law of banking. I wanted banking law which focused on our laws in Ghana, and which would also incorporate laws from other jurisdictions. So I knew what I wanted, okay?
Right.
And then something which was practical, not historical, theoretical, no. So know what you want and outline it. Identify and access the resources that you need. That's very important, okay?
Right.
And then identify and approach people who can assist you.
Right.
Along the way, I had people who assisted me. One is Mr. Ismail Adam, Bank of Ghana. He's the Deputy Director of the Banking Supervision Department. When it came to bank regulation and supervision, he was able to make me understand it well. Because, with these things, the law is there, but you need to find out the reason for the law. Why
Right.
did they legislate? Why did they bring about introduce these regulations? Yes, so he helped me very much. So you need people like that. Another was the librarian of the Ghana School of Law, Mrs. Janet Odechi Chum. She was also very helpful when I needed information. Sometimes I could not access information. She, as a professional information, she will get the information from me in no time at all. So these are some of the people who assisted me. Of course, Mrs. Sheila Mika Premo as well, a source of encouragement. She's the managing consultant of ALC Law Consult, and she's the president of the Women's Forum of the Ghana Bar Association. So people like that, approach the right people who can help you, give you, and then set goals. That's very important. Set goals, start writing, and give yourself timelines. Be focused. And the last word of advice is never reproduce what someone else has written and pass it off as yours.
Plagiarism.
Yes, plagiarism. It is a serious thing. Even with this, before I published the book, I saw some publications where parts of my notes had been lifted.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's not right.
I mean, without giving credit to me, I'm not talking about paraphrasing, but actual lifting and publishing.
That's not
so that is something which must be avoided. But I want to just encourage everybody, you have the dream of writing, start. Write your goals. Approach the right people. Be focused.
Fantastic. Reverend Mrs. Nana Keja Apia Edu, thank you so much for passing through, and thank you for putting this book together. Wish you all the best at the book launch, and looking forward to more from you.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Lot of comments on the high school thing.
Yes. School conversations will always generate, especially when there are placements and things. This one says, I'm a teacher in the SHS. I've never had any rest since the commencement of free SHS. Can you believe that because of stress at age 41, I've been placed on BP medication just this Monday? This transition is killing us softly. I think the government should restructure our education system. Faustina in Cape Coast. Wow, this is tough. And it is true, the teachers are having to carry a lot of the burden because, we've changed the calendar and it's all over the place. So, All right, this one, in fact, my son got grade 9. He didn't get his first choice at Chimota when, as we're told, the school was full. But she's alleging that people are paying to get in as rumored. Mina from a shy man. Okay. So this one says, but at my time, 2001, I chose St. Peter's choices 1 to 3, and they did me just like Caleb. Oh.
Well, he also didn't. Did he add that? Yes,
he just said that he chose St. Peter's.
Yeah.
1 to 3.
It's something.
I guess, like you said earlier, I guess a lot of education is needed, especially when you are filling out your forms. I think we were fortunate to have been guided or told that don't do this, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, a teacher friend in one of the grade 1 schools tells me the Form 1 students spent only 4 months and are being promoted to Form 2 without any exam. Wow. I think the government is in a hurry to add to the free SHS numbers to get more votes. Simple.
Okay. But wrapping up on the TVET conversation we had a bit earlier, do not let anyone confuse you. TVET is important.
No, it is.
And taking up TVET doesn't mean you are less gifted or less intelligent.
Not at
all. Parents also help guide your wards.
I'm happy you said this. Parents need to know their children.
Yeah.
They need to know what your child is good at and point them in that direction. We are, lots of people are under pressure to let their child go and read science because, it's a cool subject. Not every child is blessed with the ability to read science.
By the way, doing art is also a lot of science. If you're doing photography.
Because when I went to Infantiman, they gave me visual art. Okay. Initially, I was like,
you're a visual art student?
Visual art. What am I going to do in a visual arts class?
Okay.
But I think after my first term in the visual arts class, I really enjoyed
and making. I like the artistic blend of colors.
I got to love playing with the colors. Right. And then, so even during my final year, I still had to stay because after the first year, you can decide to go to either another class or something. But after the first, I'm like, no, I enjoyed the art class.
Thank you.
And because you had the option to choose either literature, economics, French or something, I chose the literature part as well. And it blended so well. So I tend to have a difficulty when people go to school and then they are made to do like your choice of maybe program you are going to use your hands more and you think like that makes you less or something they put those who are not really too good in those kind of classes. I tend to have problem with it
because the people in the science courses, if you take them right and you put them in other programs, you realize that they were meant to do other things, not doing science.
Well, there's that pressure also.
So I think if you go to school and they give you that TVET or visual arts, home econs, just making. Now you see what people are making. Proper designers.
Charlie.
It's not how you say when you are given. No, if you know this is what you can do.
You can do. Just let your parents and let your parents support you.
Do it well. Choose it and choose it well.
Because the reality of being a graduate and unemployed and not being able to create a job for yourself, it's also very real, my friends. Very real. Let's get talking on this and more sometimes later. But thank you for chipping in your story also. How Idrisu Mustafa, you were here to paint the stories for us. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Election Commission